Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Y'all come on in, man. Get on in here. Let's get ready to get to it, man. Let's get ready to get to it. Thank you guys so much, man, for tuning in to another edition of the Smoke City MobCast, man, presented by the LDBC, man, the Lions Den Boxing Community, your family, your favorite place for all of your boxing, sports, and news, and goddamn entertainment. Thank you so much, man. We really, truly appreciate you for tuning in, man. You guys have no idea. Be sure to visit that website, man. The website's housed at www.ldbcsports.com. Also, be sure to hit up all of our individual channels, man. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share. Also, every Wednesday, 9 o'clock p.m., man, be sure to tune in to the Smoke City Mobcast, man. The Smoke City Mobcast presented by yours truly, the LDBC, man. We got a show in store for you guys. You already know what it is, man. No need for me to go too in depth, too over the top with the shit, because essentially at the end of the day, man, you just know what time it is, man. You know exactly what time it is with us. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, shit. Man, we got 78 Sports TV in the building. We have Black Horseman Promotions in the building. We got the homie, everybody's favorite OG, Blood Boxing in the building, man. We got my East Coast family, Fight Critic, in the building. We got my West Coast family, the Cali Enigma, in the building. You know, the South is definitely represented. The one LVZ is in the building, man. And then everybody's favorite, all things sports, all sports media outlet, Ticket TV, is in the building, man.
Damn right.
Cook some shit up for y'all. We cook some shit up for y'all. Let me take it over to 78 Sports TV. 78 Sports TV, what's up, bro?
What's up? What's up, bro?
Man, you got it, family. How you feeling, bro?
Excellent. Excellent, man. A little sleepy, though.
Yes, indeed. Tell the people how they can follow you.
Oh, man. Find me at 78 Sports TV right here on YouTube. You can go to ldbcsports.com and find me. You can find me on Facebook at Kevin Nash.
Yes, indeed. I'm gonna come back. Let me make the round one time for your man. Hey, Black Horseman Promotions. What's up, family?
Peace, Junior Truth. What's going on, homie?
Yes, indeed, family. Tell the people how they can follow you.
BlackHorsePromotions.com. Y'all go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and all my links to my social medias right there on my homepage.
Yes, indeed. The OG Blood Boxing. What's up, family?
Yo, I had to take the shit off mute. I couldn't find my damn person. Damn, okay. Yeah, man, I'm up in the house, man. You know, I'm here to talk a little boxing tonight. You know, I'm ready.
Yes, indeed. Tell the people how they can follow you.
Yes, baby. Woo!
Tell the people how they can follow you, bro.
Y'all can find me at Blood Boxing Returns at YouTube, man, and that's Returns with a Z at the end. So y'all go ahead and smash that like button, all that shit.
Yes, indeed. Fight Critic, what's going on, family?
Yeah, what's going on, everybody?
Man, you got it, family. Tell the people how they can follow you.
You can follow me at Twitter and on YouTube at Fight Critic. Plain and simple. Catch me talking shit on Twitter all times of the day.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay, let's go on over to Cali Enigma. Cali Enigma, what's going on, bro?
Man, I'm good, family, man. Trying to stay away from the fucking haters, man. There's a bunch of them out there, you know, trying to protect, you know, this ass juice, big feminine motherfucker and that Triple G bitch.
Oh, damn, man. Hold on. Put the clip up. Put the clip up. Tell the people how they can follow you, family.
Now, you can follow me at the Cali Enigma, man. It's spelled with a THA. The Cali Enigma, man. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube, man. It's all the same handle, family.
Yes, indeed. Well, he tried to open that shit up quick. The one LVZ. What's up, baby?
Man, what's going on, family? Y'all know what to do. I'm just chilling. Y'all can find me at Peckerwood Punishment on YouTube. The one LVZ live on YouTube. Y'all get me here at the one LVZ LDBC Boxing. One LVZ NBA Talk. You can find me on the local strips and wherever good weed is sold.
Yes, indeed. Straight to it, man. There go our craft cheese and macaroni sponsor, but fuck it. Ticket TV, what's up, family?
please, 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 I don't want to have no offense to nobody in the chat room. Please let me set this motherfucker off, man, because your boy is on 100 right now, man. Y'all can find me at Ticket TV Boxing, man. You know,
go ahead.
Everybody in the LDBC, man. I really got some shit that I wanted to say, but fuck it. If you got something else you got to say, dog, go ahead, man. I got some shit on my chest right here.
Well, shit. This is let's go ahead on and let me link this down and then go ahead on, Ticket, set it off, bro.
Man, listen, man. I'm sick of these motherfuckers, Eddie Hearns. I'm sick of Anthony Joshua. I'm sick of dudes like Triple G. You know, my brothers put out videos today, man. We making big moves in the LDBC. Listen, man, we only want to see the best fight the best. We sick of dudes like Keith Thurman. We sick of all these bullshit ass fans coming with the double talk. I'm sick of these coon ass Negroes in the United States of America. Straight buck dancing. Listen, it's one thing if you like AJ. It's cool. I don't have no problem with that. We don't have no problem in the LDBC. We got AJ fans, man. But stop cooning to disrespect Deontay Wilder, man. This shit is out of control, man. The shit, I was telling these guys before we got on here, the shit that Mike Tyson was doing. I couldn't even get the fucking video up because as I was getting ready to put the goddamn video up, because Sam Watson did an interview with Ellie. Sam Watson did an interview, and Sam Watson said that Mike Tyson told him at the Hurd fight, oh, I love Deontay Wilder. I don't say it in public. The fuck you mean you don't say it in public? But you come out here and you motherfucking got balls to the walls for Anthony Joshua every single day. This man is on the goddamn payroll, man. This shit don't make no damn sense. Coon ass niggas, man. Coon ass niggas, man. I'm sick of this shit, man. All the way across the motherfucking board. I'm sick of these coon ass niggas. Mike Tyson, we grew up on you, nigga. Niggas fuck with you, nigga. This coon shit gotta end, dog. Real shit, I don't give a fuck how much they slide you under the table, nigga. This coon shit is out of the way.
Oh, you know, Deontay Wilder, he's improving. You know, I wasn't really impressed with AJ's last fight, but, you know, I'll pick Anthony Joshua to beat Deontay Wilder. Motherfucker, in what lifetime? In what fucking lifetime, nigga? But you sat up there and you fucking hated on Floyd Mayweather because you didn't like his style. You picked Pacquiao, you coon ass nigga. And the rest of you coon ass motherfuckers and the rest of you fucking turncoats that come on the channel every single day, Harass Blood, 7-8, Black Fight Fan TV, everybody else in the LDBC. I'm sick of you guys, man. Y'all hear the same goddamn interviews we hear every fucking day. We hear this motherfucker Eddie Hearns go on every single channel. That's why I wish that we had a number at the LDBC. That motherfucker wouldn't call in this channel. He would not call over here because the questions he'll get in the follow-up questions, come on, man. 7-8 put that shit on the bug. This motherfucker go and do one interview with one outlet, say one thing. Everybody on YouTube heard what this motherfucker said. Oh, well, you know, we're looking at fighting Big Baby next in Brooklyn. And he goes to the next interview and says, oh, well, you know, we want to fight Deontay Wilder. Then he goes to the next interview and says, oh, well, you know, we're in negotiations. We send, you know, offer. Then he goes to the next interview. Oh, well, you know, we haven't even spoken with his team. I mean, you know, they got beef. And y'all sit up here and condone this lying ass motherfucker, man. I'm sick of this shit, man. Y'all motherfuckers ain't retarded, man. Stop playing these games. If you come on my channel with the bullshit, I'm blocking your ass from here to South Africa, motherfucker.
Thank you. Let's take it on. Let's take it on, man. Ticket then left this thing smoking. Let me go on over to 78. What's up, 78 Sports TV?
What's up? What's up?
Man, same subject, man. So how you feeling right now with the status of that fight?
Man, why I gotta follow Ticket, man? Let somebody else follow Ticket. Shit, that brother was passionate. He hot. Ticket hot right now, shit. But yeah, man, I think the fight ain't gonna happen no time soon, man. I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe the fight gonna happen no time soon. I think that all of this is just a game. The only way this fight happens is if Wilder just say fuck it. I don't care. I'm just gonna fight him. If Wilder like suck his pride up and say fuck it, I know I'm getting shitted on, but I'm gonna take it anyway. That's the only way the fight gonna happen. because AJ and Hearn sent that man a deal that they know he would refuse. You know what I mean? And this is my problem with that. AJ trying to act like Wilder is some nobody that he don't need. But AJ used to be in the crowd watching Wilder fights in awe. You know what I'm saying? You watch this dude, right? You was always envious and admiring of Deontay Wilder. Then when you got put in the position, like I said, I pointed this out, he was number 2 by the WBC, number 2. Then when the WBC said they finna come out with their clean boxing program and everybody finna have to get VADA tested in their ranking system, all of a sudden, this dude go over to the IBF rankings, right, and fight for Charles Martin. And that's just suspicious to me. Maybe it was all innocent, but I ain't pushing that narrative. I'm suspicious. So, you know, it's mighty funny that he done stayed away from anything WBC ever since they announced that clean boxing program. So I don't believe the dude want to fight Deontay Wilder, you know, but he did drop, cut off his little cycle. That's why he looked like shit against Parker. That's why he dropped 12 pounds of muscle. Okay. And, you know, because he thought, well, maybe what if Wilder does take this little Trump ass offer we offering him? I got to be ready. So that's why he got off his little cycle. But when he fight Povetkin, he gonna put that shit back in the system. That's how I feel about
7-8,
it.
let me ask you a question, 7-8. I want to ask you a question, bro, because you've been talking about. I want to ask you a question. I want to ask everybody a question right quick. Would Mike Tyson put his fucking life savings on right now and bet on AJ to beat Deontay Wilder? I just want to know what y'all think. Would he bet his life savings to say that Anthony Joshua would beat Deontay Wilder?
I don't listen to nothing Mike Tyson say no more. Because I respect what Mike Tyson did for boxing at the time he was boxing, but Mike Tyson is not. He's nobody. Mike Tyson ain't nobody for me to take advice from on anything. Not from dating, not from marriage, not from manhood. Nothing. I can't take no advice from Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is entertainment for me, so I don't give a fuck what he talking about.
Yes, indeed. One LVZ. Go ahead, family.
I was saying, as far as betting his life savings, shit. Well, what you can't, the IRS ain't gonna let him do that, nigga. You can't owe no money and bet your life savings, nigga. You still owe the IRS. Proceed.
Bottom line. Let me go on over here to Fight Critic. You still there, family?
Yo, what's going on?
Yes, indeed, man. Your thoughts, man. What are your thoughts on this situation, man? Where do we go from here?
This whole where, like 78 touched on this where quote unquote negotiating. You don't put no damn take it or leave it offer in the negotiations. That's when you fed up with a motherfucker. But here's my take on it. And this is the fuck you that I would give to Hearn if I was Wilder. If they want me to take 12.5, I'm either doing one or two things. I say and say, I'm going to knock this motherfucker out, and that's what y'all taking a rematch. Or I say, you get no U.S. money. That U.S. money is mine. And I guarantee you, Eddie Hearn ain't going to agree to any of them. Because Wilder is a bigger fighter here, produces more, presents more money in this market, so he should get all the U.S. money if they want to give him that kind of offer. That's how I look at it. However, on the flip side, this shit is an excuse, and one thing y'all got to look for is Joshua got to send a letter to the WBA to let him take that unification versus Wilder. If he don't send that letter to the WBA, then that just lets me know that he's not trying to take the fight at all and that he's looking to fight Povetkin. And fuck Eddie Hearn once more for letting Alexander Povetkin, without drug testing, fight David Price. Because they damn near got that man almost killed in that ring. That's all I got to say.
Yes, indeed. Cali Enigma, what's going on, family?
Oh man, I'm good, man. I just listening to the brothers, man. But man, Anthony Joshua, man, is a straight up bitch, man. You know, we've been paying attention. Now this motherfucker all of a sudden feel like he want to talk. This motherfucker don't ever say shit. Usually he quiet than the motherfucker, man, and wait for his fucking mouthpiece to speak for him. And now all of a sudden he got froggy. See, right now this goal, what they're doing right now is I'm pretty sure you guys all know what they're doing. Right now, what they're doing is they're trying to say, look, we made him an offer, man, and he won't fucking take it. Now everyone knows the details, but he's still gonna but motherfuckers still gonna ride with it. The fact that they made Deontay Wilder an offer. You see all the Wilder haters out there say, well, that's more money he ever made in his life. Well, guess what? In this fight, Anthony Joshua's gonna make more money than he's ever made in his life. And I don't believe the money that that Anthony Joshua is supposedly making, man. I think he makes a lot less than what they're saying. They never put out the real numbers from the venue, from pay-per-view sales or anything of that nature. So that's all secret. So I don't believe he's making that much money, man. And I believe that he wants to try to make a huge bag off of Wilder, and he will probably be looking to go do something else, man, because he knows that everyone knows that Anthony Joshua's fake, even his fans. Even his fans knows that he's not a real fighter. He's a fable. He's a creation, just like Triple G. They're both in the same boat. Neither guy wants to fight anything real. You know what I mean? They don't want to get into a real fight against a real fighter. You know what I mean? They're looking for certain type of fights. They're looking to be matched up well. And even when they've been matched up against pretty decent fighters, they've looked like shit. So the goal is to make sure that they never have to fight anybody who could actually potentially beat them. You always got to try to face it, make them look like a Superman. So my guess is that Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn, what they'll try to do is they'll try to drug test Povetkin, man, get him off the juice, man, and then try to fight him that way, man. And you never know, man. They may get into an argument or some type of a purse bid, man. That shit end up in Russia. That shit'll be hella funny. But for Triple G, man, fuck that motherfucker, man. Triple G, this motherfucker been bomb bashing for years. You know, he tried to fight Jaime Munguia out of Mexico. After that got rejected. Then he tried to fight Vanes Martirosyan. That got rejected. And then finally, I think there was a push for Jamal Charlo. And then the WBC rejected that. But this guy's worthy. This guy's fucking worthy over fucking Jamal Charlo. For real. Fuck you, Mauricio Sulaiman. And you were fucking investigate Deontay Wilder for saying he would kill a man after tons of fucking fighters have said that shit. Man, I'm so sick of all the bullshit and all of the fucking, the not just the propaganda, but the hypocrisy that continues to go on with the sport of boxing, man. From the sanctioning bodies to these fucking bullshit promoters, from Triple G trying to fucking continue to let fucking Golden Girl run his career, to him fucking ducking Andre Ward, to him fucking ducking a rematch with Danny Jacobs, and for fucking ducking you know what I mean, Sergey Derevchenko, to Jamal Charlo, to everybody, man. This dude don't want to fight nobody. He doesn't want to fight anybody. The goal is that they got to make sure that they, put a cape over or put a blanket over, a shield over Triple G to make sure that he makes it to September to face, Canelo Alvaroid, to make sure that they can hand those belts over to him. Because that's what it is. They're trying to save those belts for Canelo to make sure, because that's what the WBC is concerned about, because Canelo is a draw. And they know that Triple G old ass is on his way out of there. So the goal is to make sure they can transfer those belts to Canelo. And you know it's going to be a long time before he actually has to defend any of those belts, man. And that's what's fucked up about boxing right now. And I can see it happen. I can see it coming from a mile away, where Mauricio Sulaiman is going out of his way to block a fight with the IBF. He doesn't fucking work for the IBF. He works for the WBC. How the fuck is he going to stop the IBF for issuing a mandatory for Sergey Derevchenko to fight on Cinco de Mayo? How the fuck was he able to do that? That's some fuck shit, man. That's some shady shit right there, man. So yeah, fuck Anthony Joshua, fuck Triple G, fuck Keith Thurman. It's funny how Keith Thurman, because I don't think Keith Thurman, oh my gosh, what's his name again? So yeah, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. Did any of you guys see them at the Hurt Law fight?
No, sir.
Nah.
So it's out of their way to make sure that they didn't get interviewed to be asked about Errol Spence Jr. Isn't that funny? I just want to know if from the rest of anybody in here, does anybody finds that funny that none of those three guys showed up to possibly be interviewed about Errol Spence Jr.? I'm just saying.
Hold the clip. I got to stop you. God damn. Hey, hold the clip, Callie. Hey, Black Horseman. Hold on one second before I come to you, Black Horseman. Hold on 1 second. My fault. Shout out to P Money in the super chat. Shout out to Jordan Baker in the super chat family, and shout out to the City of Lions in the super chat, man. We sure enough appreciate y'all. Okay, Black Horseman. Okay, back to the AJ situation. Your thoughts on the status that we're at with regard to making that fight and all of the recent news?
Man, I mean, y'all already flamed this dude, man. I didn't put out a video speaking on how UK fans is trying to protect, Anthony Joshua, this, that, and the third. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't already emptied the tank on the situation, man. And it just feels like, that relationship that you've been in for a long time and they can just be doing some shit. They cut you out and do all kind of stuff, but you're so numb to it that you don't even give a fuck no more. I don't give a fuck about this fight like that no more, man. It's getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? That they would give that shitty ass offer, and I mean, we all know, man, they clearly don't want the fight. And to just piggyback on 78 and Ticket, when it comes to this Tyson situation, man, that saddens me, man, that former American champs can't get behind our current American champ, man. And Deontay Wilder don't have nothing but respect for these former champs, you know what I'm saying? But he gets hated on, man. And then at the same time, he's not even getting he wants to prove he the best, but they're trying to give him the shittiest deal, you know what I mean? And just trying to put him in a no-win situation. Like, the fight is going to generate so much money, but they want to just give him a fraction of it, you know what I mean? And it's just fucked up, man, because I believe they truly know what's getting ready to happen to them, before them 10 toes come down on that mat, for Anthony Joshua, because that's exactly what's going to happen, But I don't know what Wilder going to do, man, and not to ramble too much on it, but like I said, man, I don't really have no more energy left for this stupid ass motherfucker Anthony Joshua or Eddie Hearn, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's how I feel about it, man. It just feels like that relationship that you're just tired of and you numb to the shit and you just about that shit, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it.
Yes, indeed. Blood Boxing, man. He's our resident boxing historian. Blood, I want to know, man, what are your thoughts on the situation, man, and go ahead on and take us there, man, because I know you going.
All right, man. Okay, I'll give it to you like this. First of all, Deontay Wilder has been champ longer. He has more defenses, like I've said several times. He's more popular globally, which I've proved several times. The ratings, the Showtime ratings spoke for itself. Hurd had more ratings than Joshua. Garcia had higher ratings. Deontay Wilder did 1.2 million. He's at the very beginning of his popularity at this time. He's at the very beginning of it, okay? So I think that if he wants to take the fight, okay, I will support him. If he decides to take it and take the deal, I'm going to stick by him because I know he'll wipe the floor with Anthony Joshua, okay? Now, if he decides to move on, I'll support that too. Like I've said several times, I don't count another man's money because to me, Anthony Joshua is not a legacy to find and fight. Now, if people say that he should do it because he's going to make $12 million and he ain't going to do that for another fight, that's on Deontay Wilder. I don't care what the next man thinks about that. It's what Deontay Wilder thinks his self-worth is, okay? So I'm going to support whatever Deontay Wilder wants to do at this point. He is at the very beginning of his popularity. He could milk out his popularity and start going towards his own legacy by going for the 51-0. He don't need Joshua. Joshua ain't been champ for 5-10 years. You guys make it like this guy's Klitschko or something. I mean, he has to prove himself. He's still trying to prove himself. The guy just came off of 2 miserable, lousy performances. They did terrible ratings. I mean, the guy, he's been presented to 379,000, and then I think close to 400,000 after that in the next view. But he's been presented to all these people as some big, black, boring Klitschko, Frank Bruno type fighter. And he's not going to go very far with his acting like a coward because everybody knows that Deontay Wilder's champ over here. Look at the ratings, okay? So, we can continue to play this game, man. Me personally, if my personal opinion, I would just be glad to see Deontay Wilder move on from it. But I'm going to stick by whatever Deontay Wilder wants to do. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Yes, indeed. Black Fight Fan TV. What's up, family?
What's going on, homie?
Man, you got it, man. I don't know if you read in the chat, but the people calling for you, man, they calling for you. They trying to hear what you got to say on it.
They don't want to hear me, man. The homie's sick, man. I ate like 4 cookies and went into like a sugar seizure, homie. I'm tripping over here. Yeah, I checked out. I've been checking everything out, man, and what everybody is saying. And I mean, my stance is a tad bit just. I kind of changed it a little bit because yesterday when I was speaking, I didn't know the details of the offer, and when I found out that it wasn't no details, that posed a major problem for me. Uh, I personally believe Wilder should take the money, and but like Blood say, it's up to him. He do whatever he want to do, and I'm gonna support him. I think he should take the 12.5 million, and go fight that chump. But here's the problem: I do not think that Deontay Wilder should sign no contract with no date, no location, and in the dark like that. I don't understand how that even considered a legitimate deal. How do you even? I mean, Anthony Joshua could have Deontay Wilder sign a contract and not fight him till after he fight Pavik and still. I mean, it's a lot of like it's too much. That's weird. I mean, if he talking about if he got a date, a time, and a place and stuff like that, I would be cool with that. But at this point, I'm kind of like everybody else on this. Is just like Black Horseman said. I'm kind of tired of spinning my wheels and talking to this dude because I've told y'all, a long time ago, all these people, man, that believed and had faith in Anthony Joshua. I told y'all that Anthony Joshua was a punk. I've been telling y'all that for a longer than up until now. I've been saying this. I've been saying this stuff about Keith Thurman, about Eddie Hearn, a clean cut piece of trash. Some of these guys were saying he's the best promoter in the world, and I mean. I'm tired of talking about these dudes, man. I've been talking about these dudes like a year, like a year. And exposing them, against the grain. And so it's like, I mean, I really, to tell you the truth, Deontay Wilder probably should just, if they're not gonna give him a date or a time, he just need to walk away, man. He need a date, a time. He need that, man. That I mean, but even if they don't do the rematch stuff, like I've said before, I said this on the video of Blood Boxing yesterday. Floyd fought Oscar for significantly less, and I mean, a lot of homies don't agree as it being in a legacy defining fight, but I feel like it is. I feel like Anthony Joshua got the name, and see, they gotta play. They gotta play together, and they already doing what I told y'all what they was gonna do. They made him an offer, then ran down and say, look, and they gonna run with it. They got the money to put that in people's face consistently to keep that narrative going. They have the money. They got millions of dollars to pump. They done bought some of them reporters over there in England. I don't know if you see it, but all these guys got top notch equipment and getting access to all the fights and stuff like that over there because they've been bought, man. Some of these YouTube guys from America is like Anthony Joshua best friend because they've been bought and paid for and they pushing narratives and agendas, and it's like, and I mean, everybody sees that, man. I mean, I know ain't nobody said nothing about that. Some of these dudes riding around here with cameras and stuff like they on Fox 4 and stuff like that now because they've been bought and paid for by Eddie Hearn.
Facts.
And they pushing his own agenda against ours. They combating ours and they constantly buying these dudes. Y'all gonna get a surprise in a little bit if somebody we really like gonna get bought. It's just like, I mean, I don't know, man. We fighting this war. We gotta stay down with it and stay committed because that's what it is. It's a war. And Anthony Joshua and them got big bread and they trying to exhaust us. This was a play not only against Deontay Wilder, but against us because they trying to use that narrative against us. We offered him the fight. He turned it down. That's all they need to be saying and pushing. And that's what's happening. So, but what Wilder need to do is he need to stand on something. He need to either stand on like, okay, we're gonna go in there and we're gonna smash that hoe, or no, I'm not gonna let you ride this narrative of me being afraid of you. I'm gonna just do my own thing and build my own credibility and put myself in a position to where you coming to me. I'm gonna come through there and shoot your grantee crib up, and then we'll see what happens. You understand what I'm saying? That type of thing got to happen. So it is what it is, man. Hopefully, everything work out for the best, but it might not,
Yes, indeed. Saying T. Wall, and I see you just fell in the building, family. I'm gonna put you on the spot. What's going on with you?
Chilling, man. Chilling, working hard as always. What's going on?
Yes, indeed, family. Tell the people how they can follow you.
Bottom line, SW, right here on YouTube.
Yes, indeed. Before I ask you this question, shout out to Mike Biggs Boxing, Van XO2, New Money, and Volcanoes in the super chat, man. We appreciate y'all, family. SW, what's your thoughts on the recent, situation, of course, with we talking about the Anthony Joshua situation and the Eddie Hearn offer to Deontay Wilder. What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's blatant disrespect. How do you give a man crumbs, but you treat Joseph Parker, with respect. They swear up and down that they're willing to be about this action here with Deontay Wilder, but when you offer a man, that low, 12% out of 100%, preferably $100 million fight, you're pretty much trying to spit in their face, man. That's what you're doing. And, it's unnecessary. If you're scared, go to church, man. Put your hard bottoms on. Grab your Bible, grab your pamphlet, your Jehovah Witness pamphlet, and go on in there. Go to the Kingdom Hall if you're scared. And I feel like it really showed what they were lining up for with their PR team. I got an offer. You better take this offer. You're coming to the media first before you put this outrageous offer out here. And you got idiots running amok talking, oh, it's the most money you ever made. It's the most money. That's not the point, man. The point is you're trying to disrespect that man. And then when he gets knocked out, he doesn't want to take the same amount of money. It's okay for you to hand me peanuts, but you don't want to eat them yourself. That sounds pretty lousy, man. It definitely does. And I also feel like, Wilder deserves a lot more for what he's given to the sport of boxing. He deserves a lot more. Those guys are some people right now and playing the cards until they run face first into a brick wall. You can keep playing, you're gonna end up getting knocked out by Alexander Povetkin or one of these other jokers. So you might as well take your ass whooping now. Eddie Hearn's got 300 different interviews where he's contradicting himself and lying, not staying straight. Like I always say, a bunch of jokers in there kissing his ass and Eddie, man, Eddie. Anything to rub elbows and kiss ass, other than just tell the truth, man, and keep it real. Be genuine, okay? The guy's a slime ball, and they're scared to death of Deontay Wilder. And if they can line these excuses up to be comfortable, to keep the boogeyman off their ass, well, this is what they're gonna do.
Yes, indeed. The one LVZ, my fault, man. I don't think you got a chance to cook on this subject, man. You just got in and out real quick. So I got a question for you, and I want you to elaborate on it. I want
First of all, I'm sick and tired of all you LDBC guys. You sit there. I've been real respectful. I sit here and I listen to you guys yammer on. Anthony Joshua here. I am the real champion. Deontay Wilder is a rogue. He doesn't deserve a fight. Black Fight Fan TV said it best. He should just sign the contract. We're going to fight. I'll tell you where the fight is. The fight will be in my mom's backyard. And Deontay, the stipulations is Deontay will have to box me in my mom's backyard without being able to use his right hand. It will be handcuffed behind his back for the Undisputed Championship. You guys talking bad about Master Eddie. Master Eddie feeds me all me peas and carrots off of his table. And you want to talk bad.
Go get me tea and digestives.
First of all, blood bossing, you bloke. You blimey bloke. You bloody bleeder. Why would you ever talk bad about Master Eddie? And Deontay Wilder should fight me because he's full of fear. Full of fear, I say.
Anthony, you are my HNIC. You are the HNIC of Matrim Sports. I'm so proud of you.
I beeth not an agent. I beeth not No, sir. No, sir. Nay, I say. Nay, for I shall beat that bomb squad scoundrel and you LDBC rogues shall all have tea and crumpet on your face. That one LVZ rogue calls me nothing but a tea and crumpet eating English McMuffin, saying I'm nothing but an oversized Frank Bruno, but I'll show that bloke when I when I fight Deontay Wilder in the year 2028. Go ahead, Junior.
What?
Don't say.
This nigga said the year 2028.
Should Wilder
Go fight
take
him,
the
man.
offer? Should he take the offer, man? Man, you sweating. You worked up a sweat over there and everything, man. AJ must got you over there shook up, man. Hey,
Man, let me tell you something, man. That man is serious about the fight. He gave that man a blank con. He said, look, I'm gonna give you 12.5 million. All right, where we fighting at? I ain't gonna tell you. What's the ring size? I ain't gonna tell you. What gloves we want? I ain't gonna tell you. You gonna take that 12.5 or you scared? Man, suck my dick. Look, man, fuck Anthony Joshua. Look, all this old politicking, get a man some money is they gonna fight in England and you gonna get knocked out or you gonna come over here and get knocked out. We love Deontay over here. They love him over there. It's just a perfect setup. It's all there. As far as ticket concerned about Mike Tyson doing the motherfucking watermelon shuffle, that's what Mike Tyson do. He had, look, you knew Mike Tyson was selling out when that motherfucker was on TV in Germany, dressed up like Dracula, doing the monster mash just to pay the IRS off, man. Like, you lost all credibility there, Mike Tyson. You out here buck dancing, shuffling, doing karate kicks and stand-ups to pay back the IRS. You doing gay shots in the Hangover. Come on, man. Look, all this bullshit in boxing, these bums is taking the easy matches, fighting other bums. And basically, I mean, where I'm at with it is, if you're not trying to fight the best, I'm not watching your shit. Bottom line.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let me go back to Ticket TV. Ticket TV, I got a question for you, family. So over the weekend, man, we saw Jared Hurd unasked Arislani Lara of his championship. I want to know your thoughts on Jared Hurd and his status in the 154-pound division.
To be honest with you, man, I was surprised that Hurd actually won the fight. I thought he was going to get outboxed by Lara, and I didn't do a prediction to the fight, which I wanted to do because I had practice and stuff like that, and I had a game. But my thoughts going into the fight was that Lara was going to pretty much do him like he does to everybody else, just outbox him, move on him, and use his slick style to just confuse Hurd, because Hurd's the guy who likes to come forward the entire fight. He gets hit a lot, but he likes to come forward. And I didn't think that Lara was going to be stupid to try to mix it up with him, but he did. And that's where that's in my opinion, where he lost the fight. I just think that Hurd is a pressure fighter. He gets hit way too much. He gonna get his ass knocked out if he go and fight Charlo. I promise y'all that. He gonna get hit with some shit. He might get hit with some shit early if he fight Charlo, because the way that he comes in, he's the type of guy who will, take 2 or 3 just to get off that one. But if you're taking 2 or 3 from Charlo, your ass is gonna have a migraine and you're gonna be out cold at some point in time during that fight. And I just can't see that fight going the distance, man. But with Lara, I think Lara made the mistake. We were trying to go toe-to-toe with this guy. I thought Lara should have just did what he always did, which is make it boring. I mean, we hated Floyd for that at the end of his career, but Floyd would make fights boring, disarm guys, and, cruise to victories. I thought that's exactly what Lara was going to do, which is use quickness, movement, and his technical ring generalship, is his overall boxing skills. But he got caught up in a street fight with her basically towards the end of that fight, and that's bad. That cost him. And I just think that that last round decided that fight. But still, I think Lara kind of got away from his game plan the second half of that fight anyways, man. I don't like. I'm glad that Laura lost, to be honest with you, because even though I respect his skills and stuff like that, he's just not a guy that I really like to watch, man. I gotta be honest with you, man. He's in the list of those guys that I love the skills of boxing, you know what I'm saying? But for me in the past, I didn't see Laura let his hands go enough. You know what I'm saying? I thought he beat Canelo when he fought Canelo. I thought he pointed Canelo, but I like to see more of exciting style right now in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? And I like to see the guys like Terrence Crawford who are technical and who can outbox you. And I just think the Lord just bit off a little more than he can chew against Hurd. But props to Hurd, because that motherfucker, he do got a chin. You know what I'm saying? Now, we haven't seen him against the best of the best, because I thought that Trout was whooping on his motherfucking ass early in that fight. He fought Trout until later on he imposed his will on Trout. I thought Trout made some mistakes later on in that fight, because I thought Trout was going to win that fight. But later on in that fight, he fought Trout.
Ticky. Hey, bruh, I forgot to tell y'all, no bullshit. When that fight got made, right, the dude that I go to the insurance place with the book fights was telling me about it and said the reason Jared really took that fight because he saw that Laura slow down and would give him enough opportunities. He thought he could do that. No bull. That's for real. That was out of his mouth.
Well, like I said, man, I'm glad to see that Hurd's a champion, because I would rather have seen, to be honest with you guys, I would rather have seen a Hurd and Charlo fight than a Charlo and Laura fight. I just think the Hurd Charlo fight gonna be exciting. Somebody will be knocking the fight.
You know, the IBF probably, it looked like the IBF getting ready to order Jared Hurd versus Julian J. Rock Williams. That would look like that's the next fight up, not on Charlo, man.
He need to be Charlo. That's what everybody want to see. See, that's the thing, man. Just go ahead and start letting us see the fights that we want to see. And let's get rid of the bullshit and the scraps later on. I mean, this shit has been cooking. You know what I'm saying? You got Charlo at the fight. He's waiting on whoever's going to win the fight to challenge them to fight next. Why the fuck do we need more motherfuckers coming in and intervening and possibly fucking up the situation? You never know if this dude can get an injury. And fuck. That's why we so the way we are about the Anthony Joshua Deontay Wilder fight. Because who's to say AJ goes in here against Povetkin, and y'all know that fight's going to Russia? Because see, what Povetkin's going to do is Povetkin, they gonna play hardball. That shit going to go to the purse bid. They going to win the purse bid. AJ going to have to go to Russia. He go to Russia and is going to the cards. His ass ain't winning. I don't give a damn what nobody say. That's the only reason why I'm telling you guys that they didn't want Deontay Wilder in Russia, because they knew Deontay Wilder had the equalizer where it wasn't going to the cards. AJ has showed you from the Parker fight and from the Takum fight, which we all thought was stopped too early. Some people thought the Klitschko fight was stopped too early, but I'll still get at to Joshua. But he shows you that if he goes to Russia, this motherfucker might shit himself. That fight might go to
not if it's going to Russia. The best drug dealer wins. They both can be dope.
No. Yeah, well, if it goes to Russia, AJ's gonna lose his belt. He gonna lose that belt. I promise you right now. He gonna lose. I don't know. I know he's gonna put the one belt up because he got to, but the other belts probably won't be on the line. But that's gonna fuck up the whole unification, because your boy he'll never fight Wilder, because he never want to go through the WBC clean boxing program.
Hey, Ticket.
Hold on.
If it goes,
jump in here.
Okay.
We got the ain't my fault. Hammock Sports, shout out to you in the super chat, man. Lewis Hinton, shout out to you in the super chat. Young Villain 95, shout out to you, salute family. And then Ali Sador, shout out to you. I hope I didn't butcher your last name, family. Ali Sador in the super chat. Go ahead, Callie.
Yes, if it goes to Russia, man, Povetkin gonna take everything possible, man. You can understand that right now. He's gonna be on everything. There's gonna be no limits to what he gonna take. He gonna be so juiced up, man, that he gonna be looking like the Incredible Hulk, man. Anthony Joshua gonna go to sleep. If it goes to Russia, Anthony Joshua ain't coming out. He gonna come out with a concussion. It ain't going to the cards. I can promise you.
And that's why we need to. Hey, Callie, that's why we need to see that unification fight now. That's why we need to see Wilder versus AJ now. Because listen, let's be honest, y'all. We say that it's okay if these guys have a loss and we not going to discredit them. But we talking about the casual fan, too, who makes this fight as big as it is with Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. It's the biggest fight in the world, man. The biggest fight in the world right now. And AJ's fucking this shit up by bullshitting. I mean, you know.
He cost himself a lot of money, too. And you got to take it from this ticket. You know damn well if this goes to Russia, Povetkin can go hold them belts hostage over there, man, because he ain't going to ever fight Deontay Wilder. So you can forget it. Undisputed, it's over.
Yeah, so let me jump in real quick. So me personally, I hope that fight goes to a purse bid. If Anthony Joshua uses this bullshit ass offer to pull out of the fight, and if he wants to end up fighting Povetkin, I pray that they let that shit go to purse bids, because I want to see the look of shock on Eddie Hearn's face that he got to let his guy go into hostile territory and fight somebody who he knowingly knows has cheated in the past. So let them go through that. I guarantee you they would rather drop their title and make the excuse that, well, AJ is the better draw over here. We should have put the fight over here. It may seem that way, but at the end of the day, way I'm looking at it is they're going to be put in a rough position where they're going to have to take what's on the table or they move on to something else. That's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, but one thing that nobody's talking about is the fact that not only is it this $12 million, but what about all the other terms? What about the VADA testing? Are they going to use the VADA testing, or are they going to say, no, we're going to use this European agency? There's a lot of other things that's going to come up. It's going to be brought on the table, man. How many advantages is this guy going to get?
That's why I said kiss my ass, blood. I wouldn't tell you.
I'm telling you right now, man. I mean, I don't know what the offer is, man. I don't know what's going on, but, man, I want to hear what all this shit. I want to hear about testing. I want to hear all that shit.
I know
all the information.
The only offer that they gave Wilder was $12.5 million, take it or leave it. It was nothing explained. There was no, hey, the first fight is going to be in Cardiff. And see, they telling the media one thing, but on paper, all they sent Wilder and them was an offer with a number. You want this? Will you agree to take this? Otherwise, we ain't got nothing to talk about. That's what they did.
Well, that
7-8.
like a half-ass contract to me. That just sounds
they in the corner
backwards, man.
Blood, they in the corner, blood. 7-8, they trapped in the corner because if you guys think about it right now, they gotta fight. They have to fight Deontay Wilder. Because if they don't fight Deontay Wilder, they don't make this deal with Wilder. Think about this shit. Hey, if I'm Wilder, I play hardball with them motherfuckers. I say, fuck y'all. Both middle fingers in your motherfucking face. Fuck you, kiss my ass. I ain't saying a damn word until you put some respect on my motherfucking name. All three of you. Eddie Hearn, AJ, and goddamn that bitch ass motherfucking Dillian White. Get your whole ass out of here too, you new age slave. Now, like I said before, Povetkin that's the thing. They got to go to Russia and fight Povetkin. They not winning that fight in Russia. So Fight Critic might be right. He might drop the belt.
I'm telling you, if it's a battle of drug dealers, it's gonna be a close fight.
You think so?
Yeah. Hey,
man,
real quick,
I'm
man.
trying to tell you, all of them can be. Any one of them could be doped up. So it's gonna be a knockout. I know that. This is my thing. Like I said, kiss my ass. I'm not taking no contract where you could look. This was gonna happen. Deontay gonna sign a contract. It's gonna be a handicap match. Some old WWE.
They gonna him up, man.
They gonna jump him and shit. It's gonna be Dillian White. He gonna have to fight Dillian White and Anthony Joshua in the same night. Some old barrel shit. And then, as far as y'all talking about, you don't want Povetkin win because he gonna handicap the belts in Russia. I mean, kidnap the belts in Russia. Oh, you mean like it's getting kidnapped in England? What difference do it make? Look, all I know is this. If we see Povetkin versus Joshua, it's gonna be which one better, needles or pills, and that's just it.
Go ahead, Black Horseman. You was about to jump in there.
No, I was just gonna say I missed the part of why it would have to be in Russia when y'all was talking about Povetkin versus Joshua.
First bid, baby. First bid.
Yeah, if it goes to a purse bid, like if they don't come to no agreement right away, and they go to a purse bid, old boy, Povetkin's promoter is like a fucking billionaire and shit over there in Russia, and he in the Russian mob, so it's a wrap for that shit.
I was about to say,
Rap 7-8.
hey, I was about to say, let me tell you why. Vladimir Putin. Putin gonna be in the front. See, that's why a ticket say if it go to the scorecards, you gonna lose. Putin gonna be at that fight.
That motherfucker
Yeah,
gonna
man.
tug his ear and they gonna change the cards. He gonna tug his ear and they gonna change the
Hey.
cards.
Hey, LDBC, we ain't been thinking, we ain't been on point. Real talk, he has to fight Deontay Wilder next, because if he doesn't, either he gonna drop the belt, which is gonna fuck him up to have to drop that belt, because now he can't be undisputed. That makes him look like a coward against Povetkin. Or let's say he goes to Russia, he gets beat. Now he's done. Now what can you say? You lost to Povetkin.
Ticket. Anthony Joshua don't care about being undisputed. He said a while back ago that he'll drop that WBA belt around that time when he was gonna have to.
Damn. Eddie Hearn.
Yep, they pulled another one on us.
They pulled that shit on us again.
They pulled another one. They dropped the brothers off like hotcakes.
They ain't playing no games. I told you.
They pulled that shit again.
Yeah, they
All right,
ain't.
brothers
Eddie
back.
Hearn did it, boy. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah, you can't.
This nigga
y'all,
don't
listen,
stop,
man.
dog.
We only got a limit of five Eddie Hearns. You can't just keep saying Eddie Hearn name before they kick us off.
He gonna
Y'all
come
turn your
real
cameras
quick. Why
off.
everybody
Cameras off.
why
Turn
everybody
your
come back
cameras off.
in?
You don't mean to be on.
Real quick, why everybody come back in, man? I need to do a better job of interacting with y'all in the chat room, man. And we're gonna shout y'all out, man. Where y'all from, man? We need to know where y'all from. Where y'all hitting us up from? I know we see y'all throughout the week, in our individual videos and whatever the case may be, man. But we need to get a handle on who all listening in.
Yes,
So type in the comment section, man, where you from.
Hey, Junior, Mr. Boxing today just jumped in.
What up, Mr.
Boxing today?
What it do, y'all?
Yes, indeed. Tell the people how they can follow you, family.
Oh, at Mr. Boxing Today 2, the number 2 at the end. Catch me on YouTube and catch me on Instagram, but mainly just on YouTube, though.
Go on in here and cook, man. Since you just got here, go on in there and cook, man. What's your thoughts on this whole entire situation with AJ and this offer?
The shit getting tiresome, man. What bothered me the most about AJ is he says shit like, well, first of all, we all know that he's a philosopher, right? Every time it comes to Wilder, he gets into these soliloquies about just a whole bunch of nothing. But what really gets me about him is he said he didn't want Wilder coming into the ring because he didn't want hype, right? Immediately after the fight, this motherfucker in the ring saying, come on, let's go, Wilder, hyping. So it's like, dude, you just said you didn't want the hype, like you're so sophisticated and gentleman-like, but then you're in the ring hyping up a fight with no contract, exactly what you said, what you didn't want to do. It just makes me feel like the dude don't want the fight. I think he gets knocked out anyways. I've been studying these dudes, breaking down their fights, breaking down their styles. He gonna get knocked out anyways. I think they're trying to pick up as many fights as they can before that fight happens. I don't give a fuck what the fans say. He getting knocked out. They put Povetkin on the undercard for a reason, not because Eddie Hearn wants to be friendly with Ryan Binsky and Povetkin, because they put him on the undercard as an option. I'm okay with these guys having A, B, and C, because as a promoter, that's what you're supposed to do. Get the fight, or pretend like you want to fight, but then have 2 or 3 or 4 other guys waiting in line. Just like Brazil. That was Brazil's fault for not taking a Pulev mandatory fight. He wants to be on standby just in case Wilder doesn't fight Joshua. That's on him. But you can't fault Wilder for having Brazil, Konowski, and all these other guys set up if he can't get the AJ fight. I don't think Hearn and AJ want to fight, man. That's just point blank. It's obvious. It's clear as fucking day they don't want to fight. And then another thing, one more thing, y'all. People forget that when Wilder had the WBC, Joshua was actually rated by the WBC at one point in time. People just forget this shit. He was rated number 3 by the WBC. He never wanted to go the WBC route. Never wanted to go that route. He always wanted leftover Vladimir Klitschko or Charles Martin or whoever. He always steered clear of Deontay Wilder, and he's still doing the same thing today.
Yeah, and let me speak on that. He went up. He actually went up to number 2. The WBC had him ranked number 2. He was because it was Povetkin number 1, and Joshua had like some international WBC belt. He was number 2 at the time, and you could go back and look at all these old interviews, right? He never spoke Wilder's name, and he's the number 2 contender for the WBC belt. Never spoke Wilder. He talking about everybody else, but he was, I just want to take my time. I want to take my time. It was an interview I watched on YouTube from back in like 2014, I believe, or 2015, one of them years, and they asked him about Wilder. He's like, yeah, you're gonna fight for the title. You're gonna fight Wilder. He's like, oh, I just want to take my time. I don't want to rush into things. At this stage of my career, I should be fighting British level guys. And then next thing you know, he fighting fucking Charles Martin for the IBF title. You know what I'm saying? Full of shit.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Bo One in the super chat. Bo One said he's from Naptown, the Nappy City, where the thugs keep it real gritty. Shout out to you, family. We neighbors. Hey, man. So, man, I'll wait till we open up the phone lines, man, and get your synopsis, and we'll have the opportunity to answer that question. But let me ask you guys this. So, all right, we know the whole situation with Canelo Alvarez and Triple G. So now it is indeed less than a month before Cinco de Mayo, and GGG. I'm not sure his opponent situation is up in the air. So I need to know. I'm gonna start with you, Black Fight Fan TV. I need to know, what are your thoughts on Triple G and the way that they're moving?
Junior, he's got announced as Don King fighter Roberto Garcia is his opponent. It got approved. It got approved by the WBC and I believe Nevada State Athletic Commission.
So they announced it officially?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Black Fight Fan.
So what you asked me is what I think about that.
Yes, sir.
I mean, man, Triple G is a joke, man. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, he's just another problem to the sport. I mean, the dude, we have to end these guys that are rated high. I mean, the dude talking about Canelo and this and that. Canelo avoided every good fighter at 154. Then he turns around and does it again at 160. And Triple G doing the same thing. And these dudes is getting love and getting support. I mean, I don't care about them dudes, man. You don't hear me talking about them dudes. I don't support that bull crap. That's one of the reasons why I'm always on here vying for these brothers that's real with it, willing to fight the best. You understand what I'm saying? The best fighting the best. And it's a shame that it's like a freaking segregated league or something. It's like you got these dudes over here that's getting supported and fighting nobody. He's fighting whoever that guy was, Kelly Enigma just said. And then you got all these good guys over here in Charlo, Demetrius Andrade, and all these Danny Jacobs. It's like a whole nother, like 2 different leagues or something. I mean, I'm tired of that, man, and that's why I put my energy in, and it works. I mean, unfortunately, it hurts these guys' ratings in the long run, and it seems like the sport is falling apart because these are the sports that people choose to give major outlets choose to give their attention to, and it don't perform as well as it should because the real fight fan is not interested in that bull crap. And it's a shame. And if we do have to stay underground, even if Jamal Charlo and them doing 600, 700,000 or whatever, until we can keep improving and growing the LDBC, then so be it, man. I don't want to be associated with none of that corny bull crap, man. I don't want to be associated with none of these corny dudes. I don't want to be associated with none of these corny promoters, man. These corny fighters, man. I don't care about them. You don't see me making videos about Triple G or Canelo. Forget them. Forget them fools, man. And I mean, that's my thoughts on them.
Yes, indeed. Blood Boxing, same question.
Listen here, man. Okay, let me tell you guys about Golovkin. Okay, I've been saying this for several years, man. Look, the guy's whole career was a waste, all right? And he could have been much better, okay? They're trying to compare this guy to Marvin Hagler, to Monzon, Hopkins, other great middleweights. First of all, when he won that belt, what around 2010, okay? When he fought that Tapia guy, okay? So the belt that he won is what we call now the regular belt. So for his first 4 years as the champion, he was the regular champ. We don't consider what's his name? What's the guy right now? Char as heavyweight, the heavyweight champ. So why should we consider Golovkin for his first 10 defenses? Okay, so he has had 8 defenses against limited opposition all the time. And then his best fight up to 2016 was against a blown up welterweight in Kell Brook at the time, who moved all the way up, still ain't fighting there. Okay, And then he had a decent defense against Daniel Jacobs that several people thought he lost, including myself. Okay, then he had the fight against Alvarez, which was, several people felt he lost that fight too. With him, it's what could have been. All right, and now he's continuing on with the foolishness. He doesn't want to put up against none of the good fighters. All right, this guy's legacy is a fucking joke. He's a fake, man. He's another fake, and he needs to go. Okay, I'm tired of that guy, man. Just fucking retire already. That's what I got to say about it.
Cali Enigma, same question, man. You started, alluding to it a little earlier, but go ahead, man.
Man, that motherfucker Triple G's a punk ass bitch, man. I can't stand that motherfucker, man. He don't want to see anybody. He always looking for tomato cans that's actually rolling down the street, but with push by wind. That's what he's looking for, man. He been had an application out to fight anybody, airport workers, steel workers, all kinds of manufacturers, apparel manufacturers. He don't care, man. He want to fight anybody, but that small group that we were talking about: Sergey Derevchenko, Demetrius Andre, Jamal Charlo, Danny Jacobs. He wants no parts of that group right there. That's the group he needs to beat. You know what? People always say that you know what I mean, that he would beat him anyway. That's what I always get from some of his fans. His fans always tell me, well, he'll beat him anyway. I said, well, why don't we find out? If he beats him, he'll get all the credit in the world from all of us. You know what I mean? He also has the option of fighting Billy Joe Saunders. If he just would have just got off of the Cinco de Mayo date. Billy Joe Saunders offered to fight him next month. He said, I'll be healthy. We can fight next month in June. But he didn't want to get off the Cinco de Mayo day because really, in reality, he don't want to fight Billy Joe Saunders. He just like to throw that out there. Because, everybody know about anything about Triple G. He loves the name drop. That's the way he dropped Zerto, Gilberto Ramirez at 168. He don't want to fight that dude, man.
He don't want to fight. He don't want to fight. He don't want to fight Billy Joe Saunders because he ain't got no fans. He want to ride that Cinco de Mayo day because he know the Mexicans gonna tune in. That's what Triple G. As soon as he get off that date, he getting exposed. He ride Canelo wave just like he's always done his whole career. He rode Andre Ward's name. He rode Canelo's name. He rode everybody's name to where he at. That dude don't have no real fan base. Just like Sergey, what's the dude name?
Kovalev. Sergey Derevchenko? Oh, Sergey Kovalev? Yeah.
Them fools ain't got no real fans, homie. They ain't got no real fans. Anybody, I'm gonna tell you something, man. If you fight a Mexican on Cinco de Mayo, I don't care who you is, and you got a name in America, you could do numbers. That's just a fact. That's one of the reasons why Floyd chose them dates all the time. That's one of the reasons why. If you fight a Mexican or a Latin speaking fighter on Cinco de Mayo that weekend or November the 16th, those dates are hot for a reason. That dude ain't got no real fans. That's why when he did his pay-per-views on his own, he did 100,000 or what was it, 70-some thousand. One of them, and the other one was like 150 or something like that. I mean,
yeah, he did some terrible numbers. No, he did terrible numbers, man. He doesn't have a fan base. He knows it, but they always try to give the illusion that he was out there trying to challenge himself. But you don't want to fight Billy Joe Saunders too because he'll get his ass whooped. He could go to the UK and he could probably do good numbers in the UK, but he ain't gonna do that because he's gonna get embarrassed. So what they're trying to do is, like I've been saying, the goal for Triple G is to hand over them belts to Canelo Alvarez. That's what the sanctioning body's trying to do. Mauricio Sulaiman, that dude is thirsty as fuck. You see how he stepped in for the IBF? He is so thirsty to feast off the blood off Canelo Alvarez because that's what I consider the sanctioning bodies. They're vampires, man. They just want to suck off the teeth of Canelo Alvarez, man. They don't want to actually create new stars. They just want to live off
Canelo. Who he gonna fight? Who Canelo? Let me ask you this: if Canelo win the belts, who he gonna fight? Is he gonna fight any of these guys?
Nah. Matter of fact, I guarantee you, when he win, they gonna give him like 18 months to 2 years before he has to get in the ring with one of them dudes, or he may vacate the IBF. But the other two belts, the WBA and the WC, ain't gonna make him do nothing. We know this. We can see how they act, the way they jumped out defending him.
He'll fight Billy Joe Saunders. I'll tell you that. Canelo would fight Billy Joe Saunders.
That's what I was thinking.
But he's not going to fight Charlo. I mean, we know that.
So we're going to get one
Remember. No, he won't. Let me say this real quick.
One fight out of 5 fights. This
And
is
let
the
me say this
thing.
real quick,
We're
though.
gonna
Let me
get
say this real quick.
one fight, homie. We gonna fight. You gonna fight Billy Joe Saunders out of 5 different fighters.
Yep.
I'm tired of that, bro. I'm tired of that. You know,
He ain't gonna
them
fight.
dudes gotta go. They gotta go,
Hey,
man.
Yeah.
All
Hey,
of them.
Canelo not gonna fight. Canelo not gonna feel Billy Joe Saunders because remember when after Billy Joe Saunders embarrassed David Lemieux, how the other one of the Golden Boys, I forgot his name, he came out and said,
Here
"Oh,
Gomez.
Billy Joe Saunders is the runner. We're not gonna fight him. He's a runner. We have no interest in him."
For now, international boxing fell in the building. What's going on, sir?
Oh, chilling, man. Listen to y'all, man. I'm shocked I got on, man. Showed up late.
Yes, sir. Tell the people how they can follow you for now.
Oh man, you can just check me out at Fanon International Boxing on YouTube, man.
Yes, indeed.
That's
I'm
the
gonna have
best
to.
way. I got Fanon Twitter, man, but just do the YouTube page. It's all good.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna have to put you on retainers. I gotta put some of these motherfuckers on contract. Hey, but listen, quick question. What are your thoughts on? Well, let's back up the bus for you since you just fell in, man. I want to hear your thoughts on, especially with the contract situation, because that's your area of expertise. You are indeed the rational authority on contracts. What do you think, or are your thoughts on this whole contract situation with regard to Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua and Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder?
Oh man, it's not that wasn't an offer. It's just some bullshit they put out in the press because from what I understand, they said that it was what they gave him 48 hours to agree to 12.5, and regardless of what the percentage of it is, I mean it's just bullshit because they said they didn't specify the date and they didn't specify where it was going to be. So when somebody just gives you something, they say, like, agree to fight me for $12.5 million, but you don't answer any of the who, what, when, where, how, right? Like, okay, when is it going to be? Where is it going to be? Where do you come up with the 12.5? What's the profit on it? What's, what is it? And they give you 48 hours to do it. They're basically giving you an offer that they hope that you refuse. Like the reverse of that Gather, where they're like, they give you an offer you can't refuse. They gave him an offer that they can't accept. That they didn't talk about what network it was going to be on. They didn't talk about whether it was going to be on pay-per-view. None of that stuff came into, there was no time there, none of that information was there. So, when I first heard about it, I thought, my mind went through, can this really be $100 million contract or not? And then I tried to work my way around how they could be that. But then I was like, hold on, stop. If somebody tells you, if they doesn't tell you how much, where you're going to fight and when you're going to fight, and they're trying to get you to agree to 12.5, those are just reasonable questions that you'd ask. Like, okay, well, you say 12.5, but when is the fight going to be? Well, shit, we don't know. We don't care. All right, is this going to be in Vegas or is this going to be in the UK? Fuck it, I don't know, and I don't care. Are you going to take the money or not? And you got, till I say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's just not a real offer. And then you heard the way that Anthony Joshua contradicted himself. 3 days. What when is it? In the lead into the fight with Joseph Parker, he said that he didn't want to hear. He doesn't negotiate in the media, right? If he was serious, you'd have these conversations behind closed doors. But then after the pressure gets on him, now he tells the entire world that he's going to make an offer and that this is such a great offer that I would have jumped at it if I was. Now he sounded like a used car salesman. And the next day an offer with no time, no date, right? No justification for what 12.5 is. I mean, it's just, they didn't really want the date. And then you listen to Steven Espinoza. Even when Steven Espinoza says, look, I'd love to mediate this, but it might be the next fight. It might be, 2 fights. It could be 2019. I mean, it's just like, it's not a serious offer, man. That was a sham offer in order for them to get control of the narrative in the media. So that that's the way that I see it, where they can say we made a $12.5 million offer to them and they turned down a $12.5 million offer. That's 5 times more than Deontay Wilder's ever made before. So he's not serious about it, right? If they had made if they wanted to make a serious offer to him, they would have had that key information in it. We want to fight you in September in the UK at Wembley Stadium. We want to do US pay-per-view, and we want to have Sky Sports pay-per-view. We want the pay-per-view to be on HBO, not on Showtime. None of that shit was in there. That's just a media ploy, man. And it took me a little while to think through it and, wait for it. I was waiting to hear from Shelly Finkel. And when Shelly Finkel said, look, man, we'll counteroffer you, right? And now when they say take it or leave it, basically, as soon as you leave it, the offer is off the table. That's how it works. Because a contract is made of these things. It's an offer, it's acceptance, and it's consideration, right? It's I'm going to give you something, right? In exchange for something else. What do I get for doing what I get? And what do you get for doing what, so in this case, it is the money is the consideration, right? But I mean, not to get into the technical side of it. When they don't have those key facts in there, they're not serious, man. It's just bullshit. It's a marketing ploy. Sorry for going on.
Talk your talk, man. I appreciate that. I never even thought about it that way, for real. Like, I never really thought about it that way. Wow. So let me up the ante, man, and let me go over Fight Critic. Let me go over to you. I want to know, Fight Critic, I want to know your thoughts on the once again going back to the Triple G situation, man. What are your thoughts on Triple G and the way they're steering his career?
I mean, at this point, Triple G's career is in the hands of Canelo Alvarez. When Canelo Alvarez says jump, he jumps. When Canelo Alvarez says bark, he barks. So at this point, it's because of the check. It's because that first check looked good, so he can't put himself in a position to essentially jeopardize that future check. So he got to sit there and try to fight somebody that he know he's going to blow out of the water and then come up with an excuse. Well, we had the date. We had the venue. We had to pick an opponent. It's the same bullshit that they did when it came to Kell Brook. They wanted to keep the date and venue, and they picked an opponent that they knew that they could beat. So that's what they're looking for here. All these guys that we want him to fight, he's not going to take that fight unless it's forced to. At this point, the WBC they already went ahead and stated that Golovkin versus Canelo must happen first before the Charlo fight. If I'm Charlo, and I'm sitting there on that interim title, I also tell the WBC, if this is what we're going to do, then keep my status and let me fight for another title and try to go after Billy Joe Saunders. And then I could revisit the situation back. What Triple G should have did the minute this fight fell through is he should have called up Billy Joe Saunders, got rid of that May 5th date, and fought Billy Joe Saunders for all the titles. That would have been the commendable and the respectable route to go about it. His promoter came out of left field and said, oh, don't cancel any plans. He's still fighting in Vegas. And then come to find out, you trying to move the fight to California because you feel that California is going to let you try to fight whoever you want to fight. That was the purpose behind that move. There was no reason for them to move off that date if they weren't going to not try to fight somebody good enough. You trying to bring up a prospect from 154 to take a fight, motherfucker's still wet behind the ears, and you trying to fight him. You at least 15 years his senior, and you want to fight him. You're not thinking about your IBF mandatory and Derevchenko, who been sitting on that mandatory for almost a year now. And even with Derevchenko, he took out the dude that was your mandatory at one point in Toriano Johnson. And he's saying, yo, I'll raise my hand. I'll do this on a 4-week camp. I'll get in shape and I'll fight him. The same thing with Demetrius Andrade. And I know a lot of us, we have a lot of ways for us to question Demetrius Andrade, but the motherfucker ain't got a fight lined up and he's raising his hand. It'd be another story if he didn't. And you got all these guys in each and every one of these divisions saying, yo, we'll come in on short notice, but I'll put it to you like this, which is crazy. This week, I learned about 4 fighters who I didn't even know existed because Gennady Golovkin wants to fight them.
Right.
That should be unheard of for a unified middleweight champion trying to break Bernard Hopkins' record title defenses. Because we all know Bernard Hopkins wouldn't have not done no bullshit like that. Marvin Hagler wouldn't have not done some bullshit like that. Marvin Hagler was out here fighting mandatories, dual mandatories for titles.
Hold on, Fight Critic. What are you talking about getting too close to his record? I don't get that because, like I said, I mean, do you call these guys these regulars? So you're telling me that you give guys credit? Like right now, you're going to call that Murata guy in the WBA? Is he the champ?
I don't recognize that regular title at all.
Because for the first 10 defenses, that's what he fought with because he was, I mean, I can't help he was ducked by Stern, but
man,
I'm not going to give him credit. If you're not going to give Manuel Char credit in the WBA as the heavyweight champ, nobody's talking about him as a heavyweight champ. So no, that's not, he's not. He has 8 defenses, man. That's what he had.
Blood. He didn't even win that title in the ring. So a lot of us is going to sit there and question it. Because he didn't beat nobody for no interim title. He ain't beat nobody for no regular title. And he ain't beat nobody for that super title. And he damn sure didn't even beat anybody for that WBC title. So 66% of his titles right now aren't won in the ring. They're given to
ask Max. I beat everyone when I beat Curtis Stevens. Really, guys. I'm better than Hagler. Really, guys.
Man, you're a fool, bro.
So let me go over to Mr. Boxing Today. Mr. Boxing Today, I got a quick question for you, family. And I need to roll the track back a little bit because we didn't cook on this the way it needed to be cooked. You there, Mr. Boxing Today?
Yep, I'm here, bro. I'm here.
Okay, family. So we got the fight that took place with Laura and Hurd. What are your thoughts on Hurd, and what do you think about his status in the 154-pound division?
Well, my thoughts on Hurd, man, after the fight that he had with Trout, I started calling him Jason Voorhees. Just based on his style, man. Now, we've seen that style before. I hear a lot of fans bring up Margarito. That's a good comparison without the plaster pairs. But, man, the dude's a dog, man, and he's young, and I can't believe that he can still make junior middle. When you look at that dude, if you told me, yeah, he's a dude competing at like super middle, I'll probably believe that before I believe that he's a junior middle, man. He's just young and strong. I'm not sure how long that style will last, though, because you come forward, take punt or take shots. That style doesn't. It seems to burn out quickly based on other styles that I've seen in the ring. But one thing about Hurd is he's versatile. I've also seen him in fights where he's used his jab, stayed on the outside, kind of fought a slick type of fight. But I think his mindset and his heart is to bite down on the mouthpiece and come forward. I thought it was a good fight. I hear people saying, "Oh, if Laura was younger, if he was younger, the same thing would have happened." Eventually, that type of style can catch up to you in the ring. You're not just going to be this classy fighter that just outclasses everybody. Sometimes you're going to get somebody in there that's bigger, stronger, a little bit younger, or the same age that can cut the ring off and put hands on you. As far as the next fight, I think he should fight Charlo. He seems like a legacy fighter, man. From what I see or heard, he seems as if he wants Charlo next. It seems like they both want to fight each other. I say they should just go for undisputed. I'm not sure what Saddam Ali is going to do. I haven't heard him say not one thing. I don't know if y'all follow him on social media, but I haven't heard a peep out of him. But Hurd seems like a legacy fighter. And another point I want to bring up, man, is a lot of fans like to make big noise about a guy being a unified champion after only 21 fights or the shit they do with AJ. If you guys can see, nobody over here in America, we don't even bring that shit up. That shit like, oh, that's nothing to us. Who you fight next? You know what I mean? So, but that's what I like about Hurd, man. He seems like a legacy fighter, in my opinion, thus far. But we know how these fighters get once they start getting titles, start getting a little bit of money, start getting a little bit of fame. They start putting on them silk pajamas and talk to my manager. So he hasn't said that shit yet. He still seemed hungry. And this is what I like. This is why I especially enjoy fighters, man, as far as watching them.
Mr. Boxing Today. Hey, let me cut in on that, man. Right after that fight, he said him and Jamel Charlo, they've been shit talking back and forth before that fight happened. Right after that victory in the ring in front of everybody, he said, "Oh, I got to talk to my managers and my promoters because I'm the number one now."
Yeah, he said,
"Come on, man, get the fuck out of here."
Shit. Well,
that's why
I didn't hear that part.
That's why I
literally watched the. All right, because I literally watched the fight, and then I just seen the after the fight in interviews like during the post fight. I didn't hear the end ring, but if he said that shit, then that ain't good. But from up until that point, he seemed like he just wanted legacy fights.
That's what I felt,
Yeah,
man. I felt the exact
he
same
backed
way.
right off of that. He did. Like Santee said, he went in there right after the fight and said, "Well, we're gonna sit down and talk to my team," and blah blah blah. Blah. And I immediately, when I was in 78 comment section, I said, "Man, Hurd ain't gonna fight Jamal Charlo next."
Oh
And
shit.
Hey, but like
as
fight,
Saddam
man.
Ali,
Also,
hold on, homie.
okay.
As far as Saddam Ali is fighting Liam Beefy Smith on May the 11th.
Okay, so he focused. He locked in on that then, huh?
Yeah, he locked in.
Say what now?
He
He fighting Liam Beefy Smith. What?
fighting Beefy Smith on May 11th.
Come
He
on.
does want beef with Beefy.
Why y'all? What's the
Hey, this
problem
from
with Big B?
Oscar De La Hoya said he's not gonna put. He said he's not gonna put. He said we control. He said we control what we're doing. Basically, he said he's gonna keep Saddam Ali away from the killers. He's gonna give him fights against guys like the Liam Smiths and fighters of that nature. Man, he ain't gonna put him in there with them killers. Man, he gonna keep him away. There's were rumors in the past that he would match him up with Kell Brook because it's a big money fight. But I don't know if they're going to stick to that plan. But that was one of the rumors too. So that's what I heard from that. But from Jared Hurd, also heard Jared Hurd talking about he's the A side now, and
Oh
that he's
shit.
number one in the division, and he controls the shots when it comes to him and Charlo. So I'm just
Yeah,
telling you, that's
he turned into Keith Thurman right after that
Real quick.
fight, bro.
Yeah, real quick.
Hey, man. Well, y'all go ahead and fill me in, man, because that's one. I'm not gonna lie. I know some of the talent of the division, but I don't follow it day by day the way I do the heavyweights. But if he did say that, then I kind of take back what I said then, because up until that point, the young man seemed like he wanted all the killers, but now he talking his A side and talks my manager shit. It's kind of disappointing to hear that type of shit.
Yeah, that was one of the things I paid attention to because I felt that for me, I was pulling for her because of kind of the way Laura and that Laura situation and his career. I was kind of like 78 talked about, kind of tired of Laura, and so I was cheering for her. And then as soon as that happened, he kind of backed up off of what he was saying. So I was just like, and this
I
is
will get some
I like.
inside dirt, and I will find out if he will get that fight. I will actually find out.
For
I
sure.
go and find out personally if he gonna take that fight or if he gonna take the other fight to keep his belt.
And
He
this is
could have been just flexing too, y'all. Just what I'm saying, he just won the fight. Maybe he was flexing a little bit.
There should
He
be
gonna fight.
stipulations on these damn belts. Some of these people, you just like, there should be immediate stipulations with these sanctioning bodies. If you're not gonna fight the other champions, don't even look at the belt, man. This shit is
He gonna
disgusting. It's
fight
getting out of hand, man.
J Rock next, man. He gonna do the IBF
He
mandatory.
gonna have to keep his belt. He probably gonna fight J Rock next.
He gonna fight J Rock next. Jamel Charlo already said that he need to get his mandatories out the way. He said that and J Rock is that's that fight that J Rock had with Nathan Gallimore was actually, I think, the mandatory eliminator or whatever. And
Yep.
so that's what's gonna happen. I mean, I as far as the Laura situation go, you fighters should take notice to that, man. To like 78 just said, and a lot of these guys that say it's guys out here. You're not when you're not fighting when you talking about you're gonna fight Demetrius Andre, and every time you got a big fight coming up with somebody, you flip the script and you change up on the fans. The fans get tired of you, man. They get tired of you, and they really just be waiting for you to just get the hell out of the way. You got to keep your legacy intact, keep your excitement up, man. I mean, that's what you do. You entertain. You don't get paid millions of dollars because that's what Laura was making millions of dollars. He was $1 million fighter. You understand what I'm saying? He's been $1 million fighter for a long time, and he just kept disrespecting the sport and not fighting the best. And as far as him fighting Hurd, that style that he got just wasn't gonna work against Hurd because Hurd is like a cruiserweight. You could dance around the ring, some of them dudes, but Hurd, guys, like I said in my videos, he have abilities that nobody talks about. His ability, and he has built his fighting style around his ability. His ability is his chin, and he had the ability to drain himself weight wise and then come back up heavy and still have a lot of energy. That's a talent. Everybody can't do that, man. That's extremely hard to do, to be able to drop 40 or 50 pounds and then come back and still have your energy in one day. That's crazy. So he's perfected that. And what it's gonna have to take is what it's gonna take is it's gonna take somebody that can hurt him. And Laura hurt him a couple of times, but Laura don't have the power to get a Jerry Hurd out of there, you know. So I mean, it is what it is. That's my thoughts on it, man.
Yes, indeed. So let me 78. Let me hear from you on this one, man. So man, we okay. So after that fight, you know what I mean, recently we had the information that broke about the situation with Floyd Mayweather, him being in Atlanta and his vehicle or one of the vehicles being shot up and his bodyguard being shot. I know I didn't really talk too much about it or whatever, but I wanted to know, what are your thoughts on that situation?
It's just a sad situation, but that's just reality of unfortunately that's just the reality of America. You know what I mean? Crazy stuff happen. We don't know if the man got into it with somebody or somebody from his team got into it with somebody, whatever the case may be. But it's a tragic situation. But I don't want to speculate on it or nothing like that because just speculating on stuff like that is dangerous because the wrong person hear that could think I know something that and maybe I'm speaking from what I know, and then they go do some harm to somebody else on some, on some just some bullshit. So, Floyd just gotta be careful. Um, you know, just because you got bodyguards don't mean you can't be touched. Don't nobody care about that. Tupac had like 20 bodyguards when he got killed. So did Biggie. So bodyguards it's not gonna stop no bullet. That's all I'm saying.
And indeed, and I see a couple of brethren in the chat room basically mentioning tit or whatever. And for me, I just want to nip that in the bud, you know what I mean? Just because, like 78 said, this is a situation where, you have to be careful. You know what I'm saying? And all of the speculation just leads to danger. You know what I'm saying? Dangers that are seen and unseen. And the fact of the matter is nobody knows, you know what I mean, outside of the people who are directly involved with the situation. Nobody knows what happened. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows what took place, or whatever the case may be. So we should just, leave it at that. Just on some
Indeed.
real shit.
Hey, let me say something real quick on that other subject too, because I gotta get ready to take care of a little business real quick. But I want to say too about the Hurd Laura fight. I was happy the Hurd won. I was proud of the dude. And like Mr. Boxer today pointed out, Hurd got 22 fights. He's a unified champion. Ain't nobody in America running around like, ooh, look what we got. 22 fights. Look what he's accomplished. He's unified. Ooh, yeah, we the best. Look, nobody's doing that shit. Because this is easy work to us. We used to this. We used to success. We used to being on top. You know what I mean? So we ain't got to brag, you know what I'm saying, every time we get some pussy. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. But I'm proud of Jerry Hurd, what he done. And Laura, he got nothing to be ashamed of. It's just his time is just past. You know what I mean? Laura can still probably whoop some of these guys out here like he whoops Saddam Ali and shit like that. But at this point, it's his time is just past. Laura had a good run. He made some good money. He made more money than he should have been making, courtesy of Al Heyman. You know what I mean? So he should be good. I hope he saved up his money. He got a beautiful family. Laura straight. You know what I'm saying? Laura can go home, lay up in some pussy. He good. You know what I'm saying? He's straight. Now, Jerry Hurd got the future, his whole future ahead of him. And, the Charlo fight is the fight that people want to see. So I suspect that we're going to get that fight by the end of the year or early 2019. I think we're going to get Charlo versus Hurd. I think that's going to be the fight that they build. But Charlo versus Trout, of course, I got Charlo beating Trout. But I'm going to tell you something, man. These guys got to stop playing with Austin Trout, man. Look, man, Austin Trout, how many title shots this dude going to get? Like, Austin, stop playing with this dude like he's some chump because he going to end up whooping somebody. Mm-hmm. Trout going to end up whooping somebody that he ain't supposed to whoop, and everybody going to, you know what I'm saying? So stop playing with Austin Trout, man, like he's some chump. And, but hopefully Charlo get past Trout and we can move forward to that. And as for Triple G, his situation, Triple G, I talked about earlier, he a con artist, man. His whole team, his whole career been a con. Of course the man can fight. I'm not saying he can't fight. I respect his hands. Of course he can fight. But his whole career has been a con as far as them, what they said he was, this monster who couldn't get a fight. Nobody wanted to fight him. Everybody's afraid of him. He knocks everybody out. You know what I mean? It was a good marketing scheme. But then they got exposed when they ducked Andre Ward. They ducked Laura. You know what I'm saying? And now they still ducking. You know what I mean? They're ducking the fires of this generation, this era with Andrade, who I think Triple G can beat, but he ducking Andrade, he ducking Jamal Charlo. You know what I'm saying? He don't want no smoke even with Ramirez. But he keep looking for Gary O'Sullivan's and all these other bums out of here, man. It's like this is ridiculous. If you are the fighter that they said you are, and you are of that cloth, that all-time great cloth, why do you constantly need these scrubs to be in your presence? And a guy like Canelo Alvarez, you see what Floyd Mayweather did with Canelo Alvarez. Okay, he clearly beat the man. You get in there with Canelo, it's a close ass fight. You get in there with Danny Jacobs, it's a close ass fight. It could go either way. We're debating, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? You in there with Kell Brook, and this motherfucker almost, you know what I'm saying, had you, all over the fucking place. So it's like, I just don't believe it no more with Triple G. I think it's all been exposed. I'm not interested in seeing the dude fight, really. I mean, I'm gonna watch it as a boxing fan, but I'm not going out of my way. If I'm out fishing or something and Triple G fighting, I'm gonna keep fishing. So, I gotta head out though, man, and get my kids ready for the morning, man. But much love. Shout out to the LDBC. If y'all need me, just give me a call and I'll hop back on.
Yes, indeed.
Peace, my brother.
Hey, look, can I?
Big good stuff, mate.
Hold on,
Peace,
fam.
brothers.
Shout out to Greg Simpson in the chat room, man. I seen you, man. I see your message. What's understood needs no explanation, family.
I just want to touch up on one more thing on Triple G, because Mauricio Suleiman, when they were trying to bring him, when they were trying to get Sergey Derevchenko on the fight, when there was a push to get him in there, Ludabella was pushing to get him in there. Mauricio Suleiman came out and said, you know what? He doesn't. No one deserves a fight with. Triple G shouldn't have to fight Sergey Derevchenko, the Jamal Charlos of the world, because he shouldn't be punished on such a short notice. You know what I mean? We need to have the Canelo fight first. I'm like, well, how is that a punishment? Can you guys explain to me how that's a punishment? How is it a punishment for Triple G to have to face his IBF mandatory Sergey Derevchenko? Can you explain that to me? Anybody?
I'll take this. Because they feel like it's a punishment to have this Texas big boy come in there and beat the bark off his ass. You see, he's been hiding in the bushes for a long time. And Daniel Jacobs almost got his ass. I'll tell you like this. If he had to stand in front of him today, or whatever the case, or that was his replacement, other than Spike O'Sullivan or whoever he's trying to get in the ring with, it wouldn't look good, man. Now, I bet you like this, Jacobs wouldn't take a step back. It'd be very bad on this man. They've done everything in their nature to have Jim Lampley screaming and hollering about how good he is and how he's about to break this record and that record, and he's the motherfucking best thing since warm tacos. And when you put him in front of any type of technician, he looks bad, man. Anybody that know what they do, he looks bad. So for that man to say, okay, why should he be punished? They're thinking about this big black Texas guy with a solid chin that's going to beat their dog shit off of him, man. They know what's going to happen to him if he's in front of a solid challenge. Bruised ribs was the tip of the iceberg. That was the tip of the iceberg, bruised ribs. What do you think Jamal Charlo would do to this guy, man? Shit, have you ever seen a grown man do the Douglas? Not the Dougie, the Douglas. That's what would happen to that man right in the ring. He would get embarrassed. And I'm waiting for it. Every dog has his day. It's only so long, man, that you can slip through the crack of the door and somebody won't grab you by your collar. You just slipping through. Eventually, somebody's going to yank your ass up for stealing. And right now, all these bums have been floating around here in their own lane, as Black Fight Fan said. You're going to get snatched up trying to run up out this door. Eventually, somebody's going to get you, and it'll be a person that you least expect. I know we laughed about Spike O'Sullivan, but look, Spike O'Sullivan ain't got no glass chin. And what he did to that boy, his name was actually Douglas. I think it was Tony Douglas or some shit like that. Young guy. Antoine Douglas, excuse me. What he did to that young guy, man, I swore up and down that this young guy was going to come out there and get busy. This man came in here with a bald head, with this Hitler mustache, standing there taking every shot he threw, everything, flat-footed, just standing there taking everything, and then just started mauling his ass. It was bad. You ever seen a fighter deteriorate in front of another man? Look something like the Laura fight. Only thing different is the fight ended in the 6th round, and the first time the guy went down like he was going to go down, the ref just stopped the fight. You can see all the energy blow right out of him.
Hey, Santee.
Yeah.
Santee, you see though, He wasn't even trying to fight Spike O'Sullivan. I was mad that was going to be a potential opponent, but he tried not to fight him. He tried to go out of his way to avoid him too. That's what I'm talking about with that punk motherfucker Triple G, man.
Shout out to the super chat, man. We have VenXO2 in the super chat. He says LDBC forever already. And then also we had True Speaker in the super chat. Shout out to YouTube family. And I apologize. This thing was moving a little quick. If I missed any of your super chats, man, I definitely apologize. Right now, man, before we get out of here, family, I want to open up the phone lines. The phone lines are open, man. To our people, man, to the family. You can call in 513-601-8287. I want to know when you call in, should Deontay Wilder accept or proceed with the Joshua fight? And I want to know your message for Eddie Hearn and indeed Anthony Joshua when you call in. Be sure you had that on the agenda. And for us, we continue to cook, man. I just thought that I was excited about the kind of the changing the guard. You know what I'm saying at 154. But we have that smoke that. Oh man, somebody calling in already. Well, so much for what I was about to ask. Let's get them all set and locked and loaded. $804, you on the line? What's going on, family? 804, can you hear me?
Will they be able to hear us, bro? I just want to know.
Yeah, they can hear us this time. But I got okay, we got Ward. New York, can you hear me? New York, you on the line, family? God, dog. Maybe we don't have a phone.
Sounds like it's still ringing, man.
Yeah. New York, can you hear me?
It's definitely still ringing.
Yeah, it's ringing. New York, can you hear me? 678, can you hear me? 678. This our homeboy, the truck driver. Can you hear me?
I don't think he can hear us.
I got you. $804, can you hear me? God damn it. Let me reset the app.
Yeah, Junior, go ahead and do that, man. And let's move on. Kelly Enigma, what you about to say, man?
Oh man, you know what? I actually want to touch on something that we haven't touched on. We should talk about Errol Spence Jr., man, and Terrence Crawford going at it, man. I'm so excited about that. That made me happy after all the bullshit I heard about over the last few days. So yeah, man, I'm so excited about the potential of Errol Spence Jr. versus Terrence Crawford, and that has the potential to be the best boxing match in years, man. That's like a throwback fight, man, from the 80s, man. I mean, we have to build it up. We have to work hard to build that fight up to the magnitude of a Leonard versus Hagler. You know what I mean? A Leonard versus Hearns. You know what I'm saying? That's our job. We have to build. We have to blow that fight up, because to me that's what it is. It's on that level. You tell me what you think, Black Fight fan.
Oh man, I love the fight. You know, I like I told you guys before. I mean, I talked to Bo Mack, and Bo Mack expressed to me how much Terrence Crawford wanted that fight, so I already knew that it's very serious. You know, Earl. You know, I don't. I mean, Earl don't care. He'll fight anybody. You know, he really got that type of attitude. It's not like Bud. Bud want to fight Earl. You know, Bud got to get up. He need to be challenged, which, you know, that's what he is getting challenged right now. That fight is motivating him. Earl is just one of them type of dudes where it don't even matter. You know, it could be just somebody in the gym just saying something crazy, and you know, he gonna fight you. You know, he just love to fight. And that fight gonna be interesting, man. I was looking at that and I was wondering what Blood was thinking about that today, you know, when Terrence Crawford came out. But it's gonna be good for the culture, it's gonna be good for the community, and because both of these guys are really phenomenal athletes, and even the basketball game is gonna, when they play basketball, they can go live or something like that, man, and that would be huge, man. Everybody be watching, and I mean, they young, man. They both of them got very good charisma and swag. You know, Terrence Crawford is coming out of his shell, and I mean, man, this fight is gonna be huge. I mean, we're gonna do our part. I mean, that's inevitable. We're gonna do our part. But this fight is gonna be a really big thing, especially in our community. And,
Yes.
that's.
I'm sorry, Black Fight fan. 804, I got you on the line. Can you hear us? 804, can you hear us? God damn it, man.
Hey, Blood, what you think about that fight? Go ahead, Junior. Hey,
Man, Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence is a great fight. It's a super fight. It's big, like it brings back the days of Sugar Ray Leonard versus Hearns. And I'm not talking about popularity or nothing. I'm talking about the challenge. Two undefeated young fighters who are in their prime. I personally think that a fight with Jeff Horn is enough of a tune-up fight, and they should get it on right after that. What's unfair about the whole thing is that you still got these guys like Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman floating around in the division. But, we just need to focus on the guys, like you guys said earlier, that want to fight. And we need to totally disregard Keith Thurman and these other guys who are chumps, who are acting like punks, man, and talking about building fights when they're not even popular themselves. This is a huge fight. And the winner, whoever wins this fight, man, shit, it might end up being even a great fight that might require a rematch. Okay. It could end up being a trilogy. This could end up being a big legacy achievement for both of these guys, man. It's a legacy fight, man. It's a great fight. If they both get through their next fight, I think they should go and make it happen next. Since they're talking, I'd like to go ahead and see it happen. I know I don't want to see two of my favorite fighters, but the rest of them guys are irrelevant, man, at this point, as far as I'm concerned. And that goes even to Sean Porter. All right.
Yeah, I'm hoping this.
Tired of them all.
I'm hoping this is a trilogy too, Blood. I hope that they rake in all the money and they completely silence the career of Danny Garcia and Sean Porter. Because I hope that they get into it and some new talent, some new blood could easily slide in. Some young, new welterweights, guys moving up. You got Regis Prograis coming up at 140. You got a couple of guys coming up at 140 making noise. You might, and it's just like, okay, hopefully we just get, and Sean Porter and Danny Garcia gonna see what they've done to themselves when they actually fight. That fight is not gonna be what it's supposed to be because of all the cowardice. And another thing is, I don't care if Earl Spence, I don't care if Terrence Crawford do lose to Earl Spence. He'll still be looked at as a greater fighter than Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. Because of the way
Media darlings, man. They're always in front of the camera, man. They're getting fed a whole bunch of stuff that people are telling them that they're stars. You always got these guys following behind them with the cameras and stuff. And, these guys are all over the place, man. They don't want to fight. They just want to be celebrities, man. And I don't want to follow that whole narrative. I'm going to just fighters, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. Yeah, let's get this shit on, man. And let's make sure that guy, this fight gets promoted big. We're going to do our part in the LDBC. To make sure
this fight is for number one and number two in the division, man. That's what this fight is for. It's for number one, for number one, because the loser is number two, as far as I'm concerned. If the loser is number two, the rest of them dudes fuck all the other three, man. Them other three clowns, man, should be going off into the pasture, man. Because let them other three fight it out and play with each other while everyone else ignores them. You know what I'm saying? Since they don't want to actually fight anybody, then we just completely ignore them, just tune them out, man, till they become irrelevant. Because Keith Thurman, we know about Keith Thurman, he's just waiting for another payday or two, and then he gonna retire anyway. So, I mean, I wish they just strip him. He don't really care about the belt anyway.
And also, what happened with these gentlemen is these jokers have sabotaged the game, man. You got two real ones right there, and when you're dealing with a pile of junk, man, a sack of turds, right? And you happen to have a division where two real ones come in, it exposes the nonsense of what these jokers have been doing for years, taking certain lanes where they're not really concerned with, we did the IBF lane, we went down that lane, we're focused on the WBC side of things. What does that mean? What does that mean? When you have an opportunity to go ahead and to get a belt, somebody's offering you a title shot, you take that opportunity. You don't sit there like a coward and make excuses, but you follow behind you.
Let me
That's
jump in.
ridiculous. It's nonsense, man.
Let me jump in here.
Uh,
Santi. 845. Are you with us?
Yeah, I was here. I was in here. I called twice. Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I couldn't hear you, but we can hear you now. What's going on, family?
Yeah, I done forgot the goddamn question. You hung up on me twice.
Hey, man, it's cold outside.
What was the question?
The question was, we asked about should Deontay Wilder take that fighting deal? Your message for AJ and Eddie Hearn.
First off, AJ should revise that whole fucking contract because that shit is bogus. Like, how you gonna offer? He's the last piece of the puzzle. You need him. How you gonna sit there and offer him 12.5 out of potentially 100 million? If anything, and then they say they wasn't gonna return. Wilder knocked his ass out clean. And then the rematch hit. Didn't they just say they wasn't going to take that same stipulation in the contract? It was going to be the same?
Right.
That's what they declined, right? They wasn't going to take that offer?
Yep.
Nah, fuck that. Catch his ass outside and catch him clean on the street. Fuck that.
Oh God. And okay.
No, because that's bogus. Like, how you? Okay, he's going to take the 12.5. Okay, is the U.S. pay-per-view on Wilder's side or is it on AJ's side?
Wilder don't get no pay-per-view. That's the deal. 12.5 straight up. That's it. No pay-per-view, no nothing.
Fuck that. Fight him in the parking lot and whoop his ass. Fuck that. I'm not. Hell no.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So go ahead and then before you get off, give me your message, man, for AJ and Eddie Hearn real quick.
Eat a dick. I see you in the Barclay. I'm slapping the shit out of both of them.
Flat out. And tell us your name again, family. Tell us your name again.
Charles D from the Bronx. I see these niggas in the Barclay. I'm crowbarring one of these niggas because this shit is crazy. How you gonna offer a nigga that shit? Like, he's the last piece to the puzzle. Like, you serious?
Yes, indeed. We appreciate your call, family. Let's get some more of these calls in, man. We're gonna catch you in the chat, Charles. Thanks, bro. And everybody, man, that's been calling in, I sincerely apologize to you, man. This shit here, man, is giving me fits, but I think we got it figured out. So we're gonna go ahead on it. And right now we're going to Mechanicsville, Virginia. Mechanicsville, Virginia, 804, man. My fault. You in the building. What's going on, family?
Yes, sir. The dream cooking. What's happening, LDBC?
Man,
what's up, homie?
What's good with it, my brother?
I'm chilling.
What's up? What's cracking, family?
Everybody chilling. So, what's the question? Should Deontay take that offer?
Should he take that offer? And then your message to AJ and Eddie Hearn.
All right, well, first of all, hell no, he shouldn't take that offer because all they trying to do is lowball that man. They think he's stupid. They trying to take advantage of a situation, and I just think it's some BS. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like, they think, look, they trying to take advantage of a champion. Like, all they got to do is pull up the numbers. That man deserves way more than some damn 12 million, whatever the hell they offered him. He deserves way more than that.
Facts. And go ahead.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Oh, no, my bad. What you was going to say?
And then your message for AJ and Eddie Hearn.
All I got to say is they need to go from damn balls. That's all I'm going to say, man. Step to that man. That man been wanting to fight you. Like, he want to fight you, man. Like, go some balls, get in the ring, make it happen.
Flat out, man. And tell the people, man, your name one more time.
Yes, sir. Dream cooking, baby.
Yes, indeed. We appreciate you, family.
Yes, sir. LDBC, keep it up, baby.
Yes, indeed.
Appreciate the call, brother.
And once again, man, I see y'all calling in, man. I appreciate y'all patience, man. We're gonna get you in. You know what I'm saying? Right when we can. Right now, we're going to GA. We're going to Atlanta, Georgia, 6-7, or I don't know if you're in Atlanta or not, but 678, you on the line. What's up, family?
Yo, what's going on, bro?
Man, you got it, man. What's going on with you?
Chilling. Hey, listen, I want to talk about that Deontay Wilder situation. Listen, look. First and foremost, a shout out to the LDBC. You know, to see your boy Brooklyn Styles. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
In the house. Yeah, about Deontay Wilder, here's the thing, man. I like what y'all doing with him and everything. I like how y'all support him and all that stuff. But here's the thing. His style of boxing. See, this is I had read one time on a comment that they had said about Deontay Wilder. They called him Windmill Wilder. Now, I got to agree with that to an extent because, you know, his power is carrying him through. You know what I'm saying? But when he fights a guy a little bit more technical, there's going to be some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like, I think we're going to win that fight between Joshua and Wilder. I'm going to have to go with Joshua just for the fact that Joshua has a little bit more fundamentals than Wilder. You know what I'm saying? It's only so long that power shit gonna carry you. You know what I'm saying? Like this, for example, I put it to you like this: like when Felix Trinidad was knocking everybody out at 160 pounds, and you know what I'm saying? I think he fought even at 147 at one time, if I'm not mistaken. But you know what happens when he fought guys like Bernard Hopkins, Winky Wright, Roy Jones? You know, especially when he fought Roy Jones, he got massacred. So you know what I'm saying? And there's not really that much talent out there in the heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? So that's why
Brooklyn style. Can you hear me, homie? Can you hear me? Hey, who's the name the fighter that can name that fighter? I mean, name the fighter that could take Deontay Wilder's punch. You mean to tell me that I need you to name one fighter in the heavyweight division that could take Deontay with all this fundamental, majesty that you talking about. Name that fighter that got all that ability.
Okay, the heavyweight division
Just answer that question for me, though, homie, before you elaborate on what you're saying. Just give me that fighter. Just give me that.
Okay, listen.
Give me the fighter, though, homie. Just give me the fighter.
Huh?
Can you give me the fighter before you elaborate? Before you say all that stuff about magic unicorns, the leprechauns dancing on the tree? Just give me that one fighter that could take Deontay Wilder's power and that's fundamentally sound and that's gonna be able to get throughout the whole fight without being touched one time. Give me that fighter.
Ortiz.
I was at the Luis. Let me tell you something. I was at the Luis Ortiz and Wilder fight. Luis Ortiz had him. Luis Ortiz had him.
Where is Luis Ortiz? Where is Luis Ortiz?
He in the garbage can.
Where was that? You talking about Luis Ortiz that was on all fours drooling?
Wait, hold on. Listen. He got caught.
Like a sick mutt.
Luis Ortiz was beating Wilder. He hurt Wilder. I think he hurt Wilder like in what round was that? I want to say
7th round. Hey, bro, he did. Ortiz is in concussion protocol, brother. Ortiz is getting concussion.
Can you? Are you telling me that Anthony Joshua? Hold on, Kelly, because this my guy. This is my guy right here. Because I know this guy. I know who he is. This is my homie right here, homie. So let me ask you one more question, and I'm gonna shut up, be quiet, and fall back. Can Anthony Joshua beat Luis Ortiz?
Yeah, he could beat Luis Ortiz. Yeah, he could beat him. Of course. Let me tell you something though. The only thing is Joshua got too much muscle, man. This ain't a bodybuilding contest. You know what I'm saying? He gonna tire out. He needs to let go some of the muscles, and he could probably do some things. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only thing because he getting tired in his fight. But if it wasn't for that simple problem, you know what I'm saying? He could
let me ask the brother something real quick.
Hold on, blood. Let me get one more. One more in because I need to know. I need to know one more thing though. Before I go, why did Anthony Joshua? Why did he not fight Luis Ortiz?
Look, politics. You already know what that is, man. You already know how.
Hey, brethren, I love y'all. I love y'all like cook food. We got to wrap this call up. We got a lot of people calling in, man.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Can I say something real quick? Hey, man, look. Shout out to the LDBC. I like what y'all doing, but I'm gonna have to ride with Anthony Joshua on that one, man.
You got off this time, bro, because your boy is scared. He don't want to take the fight. You think that he don't want to take the fight? This bullshit.
Hey, thank you for calling in, family. We'll move on to the next call, man.
Hey, hold on. Hey, follow me on hello.
Yeah, we're listening.
You listen.
Hey, I just want to let y'all know, hey, man, just follow me Brooklyn Styles _345, man. Hey, I got no much love for y'all, but you know what I'm saying? I think Deontay doing good for now, but he need to correct some of them technical flaws he got.
Yes,
indeed.
indeed.
You want to laugh.
Yes, indeed, family. Just stay,
Respect your
just stay.
opinion,
We're gonna end it
we
at the
respect
love.
your
We're gonna end it at the love because everything that came before Bud is bullshit.
And buzzer, dog. Buzzer.
For
buzzer.
No, man.
Buzzer.
Hey, hey, can somebody from the UK? Can somebody from the UK call in, please?
They're
We
not.
want somebody from the UK to call in. Somebody who's AJ fanboy, please call in.
469.
Chatterboxing.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How you doing?
Hey, you said 469? You 469? That's D-Town right there. That's Dallas, Texas in the building.
Oh yeah, man. I be watching you every day, man.
What's your name, family?
Hey, yeah. Oh, my name is Anthony.
Yes, sir. So go ahead,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Go ahead.
My thoughts on it, man. Look, they already know what's gonna happen, man. Time Wilder get in there with this boy or whatever and stuff, AJ, you know, he's already scared or whatever and stuff. Wilder is smelling blood. You know, so time Wilder might not even hit him that hard as he has hit other opponents or whatever. By the time he just tap him a little bit, I already know he's gonna go to sleep. You know. So and pretty much the promoter know that, you know. So, you know, like I say, they just stalling it out right now, whatever, trying to make much money as they can off this boy. But what's gonna happen is they're gonna ruin it. Because I don't think this dude will even last. I'm talking about Anthony Joshua. I don't think he even lasts another 3 fights, to tell you the truth, before some bomb actually takes him out of there for real. So they're gonna pretty much blow whatever this $100 million supposed to be, you know, what they didn't estimate this fight supposed to be or whatever and stuff. So, you know, then they're gonna be looking like some damn fools. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just my take on it or whatever and stuff. You know, like I say, if they keep this up or whatever, I guarantee you the next 3 fights or whatever, this guy's gonna lose or whatever, and then, you know, the stock is gonna drop on this damn fight or whatever and stuff. You know, so that's pretty much all I got to say.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
You know.
You right at 2 minutes, man. We really truly appreciate you, family. Thank you for calling in. We appreciate the love. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Yes,
All right,
indeed.
bro.
Peace.
Yeah, when you call in, man, we're gonna let you cook for 2 minutes, man. Then we got to get you up out of here. Oh, we going to, man, throw your L's up, man. What's going on, Louisville, Kentucky? Louisville, you on the line? And he's gone. So we got Virginia 540. Can you hear us?
Hey, yeah, this is me. This is Robert Rowland. Hold on. Let me walk outside real quick. Glad I got you on the phone, baby. What's up?
Man, you need to walk outside, huh? Oh shit.
Oh, man. I want to tell y'all, I appreciate but,
Go ahead, homie. Go ahead, homie.
I mean, all right, so yeah. Should he take the fight? Hell no, he shouldn't take that fight. If that nigga say, hey, yeah, I'll take the fight if I can slap your mama. Come on, man, come on. I said, no, don't take that fight. Not without them details, baby. Not without them details. Now, what I gotta say for Eddie Hearn and AJ, I smell pink. That's what I say. I smell pink.
Sir.
Yeah, he don't want none of that water. Yeah. And let me say this. I'm pissed off at doggone Keith Thurman because this nigga, he the one that doggone gave the doggone the juice to the heavyweight division. Everybody, you know, the doggone welterweights had it. This nigga, he playing around. That's why doggone Joshua got this doggone thing going on now. Shoot. So I appreciate y'all.
Yes, indeed. We appreciate you, sir. We'll talk to you real soon.
Okay, for sure.
Man, there we go.
We got going on.
He said, "That's okay. We
got to get outside his family, man. He had to get out of his family.
Yeah,
he want to go here.
We going to the 504, man. We going down to the boot. What's going on, family?
What's good?
Man, you got it, man. Go ahead.
Man, I just want to know how your boy Black Fight fan feel about my little homeboy Regis Pro. I can't pronounce his name that good. Regis Progress. But he's from New Orleans. I'm riding with
homie. What's your name, homie? We
My
love.
fight fan right now. Them boys from Texas have been holding it down.
Yeah, we love Regis Prograde, man. I don't know if you seen the interview with Earl Spence and Jamal Charlo when they said that not Jamel Charlo when they said he won us. You know, it's the we holding it down. You know, we brethren. You know what it's saying. So I mean, Regis gonna get a lot of support. We've been locked up in this Wilder situation, and we want Wilder to get this fight, and it's almost there. And expect to see us paying a lot more attention to Regis because Regis Prograde is a phenomenal fighter, and the LDBC love Regis, man. We gonna support him, and we will get behind him 100%. You know what I'm saying? Just keep doing what he's doing and keep winning.
Hey, Black Pfeiffer, I think he's supposed to fight in Fresno, right? In like another month or two, right, against Jose Ramirez. And I know they were trying to set up from some tomato can from the fight because Bob Arum wanted Regis Prograde to fight on the undercard of Jose Ramirez, but I believe the WBC declined that, and now he has to actually fight Regis Prograde. And I don't know if Regis Prograde accepted, but that's what I heard. I heard that Regis
Okay,
Prograde.
hold on 1 second, Kyler. Let's get back to the caller, because we don't want to short him out his call. Go ahead, caller. Was that it?
Yeah, and mad support for my boy Deontay Wilder too. I think you gonna fuck around and catch a body with AJ, and if that fight ever really come down.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
That's all I want to see.
Yes, indeed. We appreciate you calling in, family.
For sure.
All righty. All right, my fault, Kyler. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, they said like Regis Prograde, but I said I believe that he's supposed to be fighting. I haven't heard if he's accepting the fight or not, nothing like that. But I know that Jose Ramirez, they're looking to make it the fight at, I believe, at Fresno, the Fresno Bulldogs, the football stadium, that they want to set the fight up there, and they're gonna have a mega fight in Fresno, so it's gonna be hot as fuck there. I know that they're doing that on purpose, man. But yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like they're trying to do.
Okay.
That they want to put at the Fresno Bulldogs football stadium.
Got you. We got another Dallas, Texas number on the line, 972. What's going on, family?
Hey, what's going on, man? It's your boy El Fenici up out of Dallas, Texas, man, representing that Triple D. Big shout out to the LDBC.
D-Town. What's up, homie? D-Town. What's up, homie?
Hey, what's going on, Black Fight Fan TV? You know, we're going to do it June the 16th, man. Big fight coming down.
Already.
All I want to say is, man, Anthony Joshua ass juice need to go ahead and shut it down because you know what's going to happen when that right hand hit him in the chin. But I want to speak on my boy Earl Spence and my boy Bud Crawford. I got love for both of them, but I'm repping that D-Town, and I'm going to stand up for Earl Spence. I know he's going to go to that body. He's going to get that boy up out of there. And Bud going to do his thing, but he ain't going to be able to last, man. Big shout out to the LDBC, my boy Fernand, and my boy Black Fight Fan TV, all the LDBC. Peace, man.
Yes, indeed. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate it.
Bro.
We're going to go on over to where we at. 954. You on the line, 954. What's up, family? All right. Where we at? 404. You on the line? Can you hear me, 404?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's going on, family?
Ain't too much, man. I'm gonna come from somewhat of an unorthodox view on Deontay Wilder, because the thing about it is, man, I think that Deontay should just, if he doesn't want to take this garbage offer, I would say, look, man, just knock out the rest of the crew, because the dude Joshua can't run, man. He can't hide. He can make all these excuses, but at the end of the day, he gonna have to face the dragon. See, this whole thing is criminal. What Eddie Hearn them doing, man. I mean, they make Don King look like an honest dude. So at the end of the day, man, my message to them is you can't run and you can't hide. You got one or two more fights before the boxing world just go crazy with this line. And then Deontay gonna be so ready to, he probably knocked this man out in 3 rounds, man. Completely cold. That's my call, y'all. I love what we doing, man. Let's keep going.
Yes,
He said
indeed.
he gonna make Don King look like an honest man, Eddie Hearn. That's what he said.
Yes, indeed. Fort Lauderdale, you on the line? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
What's going on, family?
Man.
You breaking up if you still hear us, family. He dropped the call.
Yeah.
Chicago, Illinois. Can you hear me?
Yo,
What's going on, family?
what's up with you, man?
Man, good, man. What's your name?
Jerome.
Yeah, what you got, Jerome? Go ahead.
Man, what I'm saying is, I don't think that he should take the fight, man. I don't think you should ever take the first deal that you offer. You know what I'm saying? I think honestly, on Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn's side, I think that's good business for them. You're supposed to lowball on the first offer, but I think Deontay should go over to the UK and apply some pressure on him and hurt his pride, because that's where his fan base is coming from. It's not in the U.S. So him talking about the fight in the U.S. ain't really helping his cause. But if you go over there to the UK and attack Joshua's fan base and just make him look like a punk, you know what I'm saying? And that way he can kind of spar with Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn trying to control it through the media, you know what I mean? Trying to like slander the man and make it seem like he don't want to fight. So I feel like he should try that approach, especially since Wilder ain't got no promoter. You know what I'm saying? You got to take it into his own hands.
Mm-hmm.
They just gonna put Dillian White in front of him, though, bro. What you think about that? If he go over though,
I mean, still, if he do that, then he can just use that as just another reason to validate what he's saying, which is like every time I try to fight this man, he try to put an obstacle in front of my face. That way, you can change them perspective on it.
Let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask you a question, and ain't none of us said this. I wonder, could Deontay Wilder offer Dillian White a fight in the UK? I wonder, because Dillian White ain't technically signed to Eddie Hearn. I think he's just a fighter that worked with him. I wonder, could Deontay Wilder go over there and Al Haymon and them go over there and set the venue up and then set the Dillian White fight up themselves?
I mean,
not without any, man. I think he is.
Hold on, blood. Go ahead, Colin.
I'm saying, like, what would be the point of that, though? I mean, shit, just like Errol Spencer strap season, trying to get the belt. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, the point of it is Deontay Wilder got to get control of this media circus, man. You know, he got to get control of this, because it's getting to the point to where it's like, hey, man, the narrative is being switched. Eddie Hearn them slowly but surely buying up all the media, man. And the narrative is changing, and it's gonna get worse with this little thing that just changed. And Deontay Wilder got to go to the UK and show them people.
That's what I'm saying. He got to go to the UK. You know, kind of like Ali did with Liston when he brought the bus.
But if he do the fight himself, he'll have control of the situation.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, blood.
I don't think he should go over to the UK. He's chasing this guy. I mean, Deontay Wilder's been champ longer. I mean, what's he gonna go over there and chase him for? What about Charles Martin or somebody over here? Start working in the 51-0, man. Don't need to chase after that guy, man. That guy ain't did shit, man.
I agree with you, blood.
He's been champion less longer. He's less popular. I say it a million times, man. No, don't chase after him. Fucking close this shit down.
Let's just leave it alone, man. Let's just leave it alone.
I believe the brother just said was good about he should turn down the first offer. I agree with that shit.
I feel like
but that's as far as it goes, man.
Hold on, blood. That happens. I feel like we all too emotional on this. Like, we all want the fight to happen and everything. We want fairness, but it's not going to be fair. I mean, it's not about where it should be or how it should happen. You know, it's total anarchy right now. So he got to get in how you fit in. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if he can go over there and change the court of public opinion, then that raises his cachet. And then at that point, then he can't get lowballed. You know, if his own fans is turning on him and saying, hey, why aren't you making this fight? Then they're going to be forced to make the fight. And they're going to be forced to make it to where it's a fair deal. But if he just stay over here,
I disagree, y'all. I actually disagree. I don't think he got to do none of that. The narrative, like, he actually controls the narrative. If you look at it now compared to how it was for Wilder back then.
Frank, hold on one second.
What's up, Jeff?
Okay, caller, or Jeff, my fault. Hold on. Okay, caller, we're gonna move on, man. Thank you for calling in. We appreciate you.
All right.
Okay, family.
Appreciate it, caller, man. Appreciate it, bro.
Go ahead, Jeff. My fault, bro.
You know, it's all good. Now, I was saying, though, if you actually look at it now, even if you look under the comment section, how it was for Wilder, if you look at it, I mean, just a couple months ago, I mean, he was being attacked. Like most of the people were against him, but the narrative done changed, man, and it's obvious now. That's why like Eddie Hearn's team is the one changing their story every other day. So it doesn't matter what they come out and say because literally almost every other day they're changing the story. Meanwhile, Wilder's saying the same thing. He didn't go to the UK, and the entire Joseph Parker versus Anthony Joshua fight was about him. He doesn't have to go over. He doesn't have to do all these things. Eddie Hearn and them, the pressure's on them. Nobody's believing the whole take it or leave it deal because right now everyone's too savvy and they've lied too much. They've lied so much and they dug such a big of a hole. Now that when they're offering something like 10 million, before if they did this last year, people would have ate it up. But now with how they behave, how they went from talking about 2020, they talk about fighting other guys. They talk about fighting Jarrell Miller, so on and so forth. They just gave on Parker 35%. People aren't buying it, man. So I don't think Wilder has to do anything except keep applying pressure and say, look, the deal is crazy. They don't want to fight. That's all they got to do. They're the pressure's on Joshua's team because they're the one that look afraid. That's the narrative right now. And the narrative is going to stay like that until they come out with a better offer.
Jeff, here's the problem with it. And this is the problem that all y'all is missing. Anthony Joshua don't want to fight Deontay Wilder.
Bottom line.
We can say all we want. Hey, we think
Right.
he's scared. You got to be crazy. Right. You got to be crazy to say you think he don't want to fight Deontay. He don't want to fight him.
Exactly. So why go over there for what?
So he don't care. He doesn't care if we get the fight or not.
Black fight fans. So why hunt him down? He already don't want the fight. Like, what's the point of jumping through even more hoops?
It gets a
if
little
he's
wild.
throwing the offer out there, it's a chance to get the fight. And the public can force the fight. That's what we're trying to do.
We already doing that now, though, man. It's like there's not look, man. All he's gonna do is go over there. They're gonna put security on the dude. It is what it is. Right now, he's doing enough. They're talking right now, so he's doing enough. If Joshua takes a fight, they already sent a counter offer. We'll see what happens. But to me, what more does aside from stalking this dude, what more can he do?
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. We got another caller. 301. What's going on, family? There we go. Can you hear us?
I can hear y'all. I'm getting with y'all out of Orlando, Florida. Special shout out to Blood Boxing, Black Fight Fan TV, K Ho, 7A Sports TV, Fanar International, Stan T, and Julia the Truth for the excellent moderator. Okay, to your question, Wilder and AJ. All right, the real fans, we want to see the fight, but Wilder is our champion. He's the people champion. All right, we're not going to accept no fake offers. We're going to keep it in town. We're going to fight in Alabama. We're going to fight in Vegas. And we're going to fight in New York. You come over here. Come see me. All right? That's where we coming from. The true fans. All right? I got two other things I wrote in my notes here real quick, family.
Man, he got notes.
Oh, shit.
Okay, I don't want to see Crawford versus Smith. Two lions. I don't want to see it right now. I want Porter, I want Garcia, and I want Thurman out of there. Okay, I want Crawford and Smith to face these guys. All right, and look, if Thurman is not going to be active, then the sanctioning bodies need to strip him for the belts.
Here's the thing, bro. Before we go there, because this is the thing that all of us gonna have to do. If y'all keep saying it about Keith Thurman, what's gonna have to happen? We're gonna have to start calling these sanction bodies. Mm-hmm. All these people that saying we're gonna have to start calling on Keith Thurman and trying to get him up out of there, either forcing the fight or getting him to get. We're gonna have to push pressure on these sanctioning bodies. You know, that's what's gonna have to happen.
Yes, indeed. Go ahead, caller.
Okay, and then finally, back to Eddie Hearn, and to finish the question off, we don't need the politics. We've seen it already. Don King,
Bob Arum, Sava,
all them guys, man. I'm sick of it, brother. Let's get some competitive fights going. Let's watch some good fights, and let's just see some good boxing. Shout out to the LDBC, Smoke City MobCast. It's on fire. Let me get out the way so some more callers can get in. Love y'all, brothers, and holler at you later. Easy crap.
Shout out to you, bro.
Much respect, family. Much respect.
Already.
Shout out to Robert Stewart in the chat room, man. Shout out to you, Memphis 10, man. Memphis 10. Hey.
What up, guys? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. What's up, family?
Hey, shout out to the LDBC. It's not us, it's the TV. Damn, I had to call about 60 to 80 times. Y'all jumping tonight, fellas.
We appreciate
What's
you.
up, Dan? What's up, homie?
Man, not much. I just want to say three things because I know there's other callers calling in. One, either Wilder is going to accept it and go whoop his ass and get control of the belt by any means necessary, or he's just going to fight the division clean, get to 51-0. You don't have to chase him. Anthony Joshua needs that last puzzle piece for his legacy, but I don't think he's thinking about legacy. And what y'all saying is true. Anthony Joshua probably will not fight Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Now, number two, this is a public service announcement for all boxers that's coming up from in 2018 and on. If you are trying to come and you want a championship belt, be ready to face the Rockwilders and the Killers that's in that division. If not, if you just want to make some money, don't go toward the championship belt, man. Don't do it. If you got, Triple G is trash. Canelo is all right. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to fight. You know, when you got these champions and these killers up there, if you don't want to fight them, you know you don't. If you want to make some money, find another scheme, bro. Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn, that's what they did. They found the scheme. They knew he didn't have the talent, but they swayed the fans. All right, this is another public service announcement from boxers. And I want to get what y'all think about this. Man, to every boxer that is promoted by the LDBC, when you get on your PBC platform, you need to shout out the LDBC. You need to raise the profile, even though you guys already have a big profile. But just like y'all said earlier in the MobCast, y'all said, hey, Anthony Joshua is pushing some money up under the table to these media outlets. I think that's a conflict of interest on their part, but hey, man, Deontay Wilder, Earl Spence, I appreciate Earl Spence being on because I know Black Fight Fan knows him personally. And he riled him. When these fighters need to start bigging up the LDBC, so the profile can be large, so you guys can go to the sanctioning bodies, and the sanctioning bodies know that you mean business. I give that challenge to all of Black fighters, to all fighters, period, because y'all don't just promote Black fighters, y'all promote any fighter that's going toward their real shit, that trill shit. Excuse me for cursing, but that's what I want to say. Thank y'all, man. Next call.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, fam.
Already, bro.
Love, bro. We're gonna get them sanctioning bodies too. We're gonna get them.
Them dudes. There's a lot of dudes that's kind of scared to line themselves up with us because we are extremely raw, and a lot of these people. I mean, you see them making videos. They really borderline try to call us racist or whatever, and a lot of these guys is afraid to line up with us. A lot of these guys watch our videos, all the videos, and but they've been advised to steer clear of us because that's even though we want to get away from it and we slowly but surely getting away from it, that narrative is still there. A lot of these Black fighters is afraid of us, or they think
and to speak up and to speak up to White Daddy.
Tuscaloosa, what's going on?
What's going on, you guys? How y'all doing tonight?
Man, good, man. How you doing, family?
I'm doing excellent, man. I'm Raphael Smith. I'm from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Yeah. I kind of just woke up and caught the tail end. I saw the line opening. And I just want to speak on Deontay Wilder versus Joshua. I know Wilder personally. I just think it's kind of funny that way before this little thingamajig, when he was leading up to Ortiz, he gave them permission to lowball him because he smelled the BS before he even got there. Gave them permission to lowball him, and they did. But as long as you take that same lowball when I knock you out, because I'm going to put you on your ass. As long as you take that same lowball, you good. Did they take it? No. He just exposed himself to the entire boxing world. How much of a horrible promoter and much of a scumbag soft fighter that we had. Because with that Parker fight, he exposed everything.
How can you cut the ring off so good just to look for a clinch? As big as you is. As big as you is. How you cut the ring off so good just to look for a clinch? And Joseph Parker is a very awkward fighter, and you can see the confusion and the bewilderment in Joshua's face. He didn't know what to do. Parker didn't come there to take no chances. But how you, as a unified champion and a certified badass, at least in the UK, didn't take that chance? My man, he blew it. He blew it.
You think Deontay should take the offer, bro? You think he should take that offer?
Take the offer? I honestly think he is not, and he should move forward.
Thank you.
I say logically, 3 belts against 1, 25% of everything, no less than that. Because they're going to get him, okay? 25% or less. That's just my personal opinion. You know, now if he gets 30 plus, God bless him. But 25% or nothing less. When he beat Ortiz, he spooked the entire world because nobody thought he can do it. But that's all I got for y'all, man. That's all I got.
Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, caller. And man, let me send out my sincerest apologies, man, to everybody with the technical difficulty I was having with the app. But we up and pumping, man, and we continuing to press this thing, man. So we gonna get these phone lines in order, man. My brethren, my family, man, everybody. We're gonna go ahead on and lock this down, man. I truly appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Everybody for hanging in there with us. Man, it was another dope show, man. Another dope show. Once again, man, this is indeed the Smoke City MobCast, man. I am Junior the Truth. Be sure to tune in with us every Wednesday, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go out and visit all of our individual channels, man. Subscribe, like, comment, share, man. And then also be sure to visit the website, man. The website is housed at www.ldbcsports.com, man. Once again, man, this is indeed the Smoke City MobCast. Shout out to the LDBC. Shout out to my brethren, everybody in attendance, and everybody all throughout the globe, man. Really, truly appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you all next week.
Peace.
Go.